last time.
Every time it lands on one or passes one, I add to the, or I take away from the, whatever it's called, harmonic flux.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the God Mode channel. I am your host, your DM, Jaso / the Wizard. Welcome to Friday Night D&D. We are playing Lucent Odyssey, our open-ended hex crawl Oregon Trail style adventure. We've just broken into the third session, so just getting things started early on. So happy to have you all. Perfect time to jump in. If you missed any of the episodes, they're on our VODs or over on YouTube. Who else is joining me this fine Friday evening?
Hey everybody, it's Luke. I am playing
Lincoln,
who is a Warforged Ranger, Path of the Bay Wanderer. I forget what Ranger stuff is. Path, Circle, something. Bay Wanderer.
My name's Kevin, and I'm playing Time R.
What's up, everybody? Name's Slim.
I'll never get used to that.
Yeah.
Kevin.
And I'll be playing, yeah, Uncle Jimmy, the bugbear rogue.
Yep, I'll play Professor Bach, Furbolg, Alchemist, Artificer, Circle of the Moon Druid, Dean of Natural Sciences. I have many titles.
Hey guys, I see Girl Amanda. I'm playing Opie Sticky Foot, a Ranger Swarmkeeper.
Archetype. That's the name of the Ranger subclasses. Archetypes.
Mm.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I play Forte. I am Smith and engineer, and I'm here to take care of carts. So cheers to all.
Yeah.
Happy to have you all. Thank you. Really quickly before we dive in, we want to do some housekeeping, but I try to keep this short. Also, if at any point during the stream you raid or say something in the chat, or partake in some way and I don't respond, please just know that I'm focusing on spinning 30,000 plates. So if I don't get to you, maybe some of my players will, but if not, enjoy. But I will be focusing on the game. A huge thank you to our character art by Amanda Otten. She did amazing work. Thank you so much for providing these wonderful visualizations for our characters in our minds. They are very beautiful, and I love seeing them every time I look at them. More +1s coming in from Mousy. Also thank you, Mama Bear, for those +1s earlier. We're doing another giveaway this stream. The final code for the digital Roll20 content for Tome of Heroes by Kobold Press, which has a whole slew of character options, will be dropped into the chat for someone who is quick to their keyboards or their phones. So make sure that you have that open. Make sure you're keeping your ears open and listening for when I call out for someone to punch in whether they want the code or not. Because I'll be giving that final one away probably around 10:30, so you should probably be around your computer then. You can use your Twitch channel points to interact with the channel, just as some of the chat is doing. So you can buy +1s that you see in the chat here. We have another reward called the elated or forlorn condition that can be given to a random character. And then finally, we had our community goal, which is kind of a new thing we did this campaign, which was a very expensive reward for those of you who are chatters to buy. But over the last 2 weeks, everyone was very kind and stopping by the chat during the week and submitting their points. And thus, our community goal for the Gleedlekin supply drop has been completed, meaning the party will be getting a supply drop from a flying Gleedlekin and gathering a whole host of 10 random items that they can keep in the cart, carry on the person, maybe get some use out of. We'll talk about that before we dive into the combat for this session. So thank you all. I'm also going to be kicking off, starting right now, a new goal that is going to be another challenge for everyone. This time it is going to be the same amount of points that we did for the Gleedlekin supply drop. So 50,000 points. You can see how many you have in the bottom left of the chat. Build those up by hanging out with me on my streams and donate every time you're here. This one is the Golden Gleedlekin Encounter. 50,000 to get there, but should everyone donate, the party will have an opportunity to potentially catch a golden Gleedlekin that they do not have.
Do it.
So something special for them to nab. So that starts now. 30 days on the clock. I'm sure we'll be able to reach that before things kick off. So donate to that. You'll see it in the bottom left of the chat or up at the top. Probably it popped up for you. So go check that out. And I hope you'll donate and interact with our stream.
Very much like to see that.
Yeah, Professor's Bart character will love that. We also use stream stickers, and we have a whole host of things that you can see. You're going to see a piece of log over here, and then when we dive into the game, it's going to be at the bottom. That'll tell you about like how to learn more about our campaign, how to pull up some lists to keep track of the supplies that the characters are doing, and like the homebrew rules. You'll see all that over there. That should answer a lot of your questions because I usually probably won't have the time to focus on that. So with all of that said, that is all of the recap for now. Other than JammerCon is happening later this month. JammerCon August 20th. Come join that. I'm going to post this link in the chat. It is a digital convention that is going to be free to join. Spelljammer event put on by me and a bunch of other Spelljammer content creators. Go check it out. It's really cool. Join the Discord and learn more about it. In the meantime, let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. Really quickly, I'm going to play the intro while we all roll some die to see who wants to give the recap from last week. Oh yeah, the three. That's why I wish I had more control over the Twitch channel points, because like our loyal people just have like are just sitting on a mountain of them. But if I make them too expensive, then new chatters can. But anyways, hello, welcome back everybody. Let's see here. It looks like, unfortunately, Forte, I think, right? Did Opie roll? Did you get the recap last week, Opie?
I did.
Okay. All right.
I
well,
rolled 11.
then that
Time
means.
rolled a 8.
No, you mean.
Okay,
you
time.
I don't remember the two of us.
I know. I get them confused.
See,
Okay.
if I would have died in the first episode, I could have rolled a character that looked nothing like anybody else without a beard, and then we wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
I messed it up.
Well, I mean, Tyne didn't bite it either.
No, Tyne is not dead, so unfortunately Tyne has to give the recap this week. So Tyne, what happened last week on Lucent Odyssey?
Kevin.
Yeah.
Please no.
I do it.
We only have 3
Control it.
hours. Please no.
No. So we started off in battle against the boar, kind of like it was definitely magical. It like blinked in and out of existence, and this living bear trap. And the bear trap pretty much almost took me and Forte down a couple times. Luckily, though, we got through them. And then from there we traveled 1, 2, 3, 4 5 spaces, I think. Did we run into anything? Let's see. The first night when we had to stop in camp, I did some foraging, we did some cooking, and then we went to bed. Lankin, of course, stayed up because it doesn't sleep. And it noticed in the night the incoming darkness that seemed to devour all light. But luckily, because Lankin is always awake, he helped keep our light going, so we were never overtaken. We woke up the next morning. We woke up the next morning and it was still crazy dark, even though it was morning, or we had slept 8 hours because time is weird. So we
Time is
continued to
a
travel though.
Weird soup.
Yeah. We continued to travel. Tyne had light. A bunch of people had light, so we were safe, at least as safe as we could be in the darkness. Did much else happen? We did more foraging. I don't know if we really ran into much else. Did
You
we?
guys souped up your wagon a little bit. It was looking a
Oh,
little
yeah.
tuckered, and souped up the wagon.
And Lincoln found a beetle, a golden beetle.
Mm-hmm.
That
Fascinating.
he slotted into the wagon.
Such curious interactions.
Yes, very nice, very nice. A lot of traveling last session. So
Yeah.
as you all have begun to travel together over a series of a few days here now into the passage, running into a couple dangers, some occasional mishaps, and hostile encounters, you become more efficient at traveling. You may now travel up to 10 hours a day without having to stop and rest for the rest of the day, which basically just ranges out to, if you're traveling at normal standard pace, you may move 5 hexes instead of 4. So it should make things a little bit better. Don't forget, you can always try traveling at fast pace. It just makes the ability for monsters to jump you a little bit more open, and you cannot collect foraging supplies. You can always press on past that 10-hour mark. You just risk getting the potential exhaustion. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and just know that you have some other options for that stuff. But yes, you ended the session by running into some nasty monsters here, which I will shift you over to the screen for. But before I shift you over to the encounter screen really quickly, above you all, before, kind of just rewinding the clock for just a few seconds, a large glowing golden Gleedlekin that sort of disperses from the swarm up above, that sort of glitters and shifts around like a radiant aurora, begins to fly down, and you notice attached to its legs is actually a wooden crate that, at about 200 or so feet high, it lets loose, and as the crate descends, a large parachute-like object fans out from the top as it descends in front of each of you. And because the community challenge was completed, you will get the following items here, and I'm just going to post all these in the chat.
Shotgun.
Thank you, everyone.
You get leather armor, you get ring mail,
Oh.
you found a javelin.
Mhm.
Inside of the crate is some dust of disappearance,
I'll take hold of them.
some tobacco wrapped in a large soft leaf, a simple one-handed saw, a pack of 10 iron spikes, a small glowstone, a flesh shield. It is exactly as it sounds.
No. Oh no, it's worse. It's worse than what it sounds.
And gems that are worth 82 gold pieces. As always in my campaign, anything that has a gold value next to the name, if you want, as long as everyone's cool with it, you may just transform that item. If you think like, oh, we're not going to use this, transform it into the gold. So do with those items what you will. If you want to just sort of like hold off, do this encounter, and then talk about what you want to do with those items afterwards, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, yes, you were traveling down the kind of dirt path here along the road, making your way, trying to head towards a interesting spot on the map, when you were confronted by some strange creatures that lie up ahead of you. 2 of them look like a strange mixture. The front half insect-like, similar to like a grasshopper or a locust, but the back halves of them covered in fur with tail, like a wolf or canine of some type. Also surrounding them is a hazy mist, a sort of fog cloud that kind of makes it difficult to see them within. Along with those 2 up ahead, you also see a strange, smaller, buzzing like strange, it almost looks like an insect, but certainly looks more alien than what you're used to. And it's also smaller sized as it just sort of hovers in the air, a long needle-like proboscis on the front. You can see 3 eyes that are insect-like on the front of its heads, and its body sort of expands up and down as the strange red, probably like fleshy expansion of its lungs dips in and out underneath its insect-like armor or carapace. As you run into these things, they look at you aggressively, and I will have you all please roll me initiative.
Guys, D&D Beyond, if you highlight your character and you hit initiative, it will add you in. Just like that.
Wow, it works.
Especially for ambassadors.
We are living in the future.
I'm
Right
so
here,
glad
right
they
now.
just recently added this functionality.
No, brought it so to me.
We want this shield that is comprised of meat.
No,
Meat Realm Shield.
Makes
I think
sense.
I want the vanishing dust. Look at it. I haven't looked at it.
Let me see here really quickly. It is this flying creature's turn first. It's going to buzz up ahead. This way. Hang on just a second. Let me see. Really quickly here. Hang on. See its fly speed. Okay. It zooms very quickly, sort of like in a sporadic nature, like a mosquito darting across, or dragonflies. It zooms right up to you, Lincoln, and stares at you with the large, sort of like segmented insect eye on the front of its face. And I need you to please make me a Constitution saving throw.
I refuse.
Is this okay?
You save.
Oh no,
I like it.
don't.
I like it. Just cut it off.
We got +1s. I mean,
+1 ain't gonna do much there, buddy.
Yeah, true.
We
The
didn't get our inspiration cards.
oh
we
yeah,
didn't get
sorry about
inspiration
that.
yet.
Yeah, let me hand those out really quickly.
Oh,
Yeah, my bad.
Just because this is a thing where it might matter, is this a poisoned effect?
No.
Okay.
like Amanda said in the chat, remember we can always try to escape if we need to.
That's true as
Yeah.
well. The segmented eye on the front of the creature begins to scintillate, and your vision is drawn into it, Lincoln, as the eye begins to draw your attention. You try to resist but are unable to. Please roll me a d4.
Ooh, okay. 2.
Let me see. You are affected by this condition until the end of this creature's next turn. You are frightened.
That's ironic.
That's really funny.
Like it just goes.
It also attempts to, despite there not being a whole lot of fleshy bits on your person, still tries to stab you with the proboscis for, that's going to be 15 versus AC.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He said, I'm out.
Maybe he was having SoundCloud, or was it Clownfish?
Yeah, it's fucking Clownfish every now and then just mutes Discord, and I can't do anything but reconnect. What else did you say, Jason?
After
I screamed.
It's going to try and stab you with its nose for 15 versus AC.
That is a miss. It goes between 2 ribs.
Okay, it goes between 2 ribs, meaning that the next attack would similarly tries to stab. It doesn't fully realize maybe that you are quite literally just all bone, baby, and misses you.
It's bone all the way down.
Let me see here. Let me see how far this thing moved really quickly. Okay, 35 feet. It can hover. It has flyby, which means that as long as it is flying around, it does not provoke opportunity attacks as it quickly speeds out of your melee range. With that,
Right, this luck.
it is the creature's done. Tyne, you're up.
Alright. think I'm going to. What was the save it had you do? It was Constitution, right?
Constitution or frightened? It frightened me with its spooky eyes.
Win the proboscis from me, but okay.
You hear Lincoln's bones
Okay.
rattling in fear.
Like xylophone noises, like old black and white
Scary
cartoons.
skeleton.
Actually, I think I'm just going to do this because of last time. Tyne closes his eyes, takes in a deep draw on his pipe. It's how everything works now, and casts Spirit Totem
Okay.
and summons a bear spirit smoke thing. It persists for a minute or until I'm incapacitated. Each creature of your choice in the aura of the spirit appears gains temporary hit points of 5 plus your druid level, so 9.
Nice.
In addition, you and your allies gain advantage on strength checks, strength saving throws while in the aura.
Cool.
How big is the aura?
You are in control of that
30-foot.
token.
30 foot. Okay, yeah.
It definitely hits all of us. That's a 30-foot radius. Jeez Louise.
So we all get 9 temp HP?
Yeah.
HP. Yep.
That's
Where's
really
the
cool.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes out this far in all directions.
Yeah, hold on. I'll put it on underwater. So 30-foot radius. Save.
We rest?
Yeah, twice.
Okay. Say, I don't remember.
Twice. Yeah.
We took damage from the falling rocks.
Oh, that's right. The rocks.
And also,
wait.
as a bonus action, I cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
We rested since the falling rocks, so
Yeah.
We rested beforehand. That was afterwards. That was when we got right before this one.
Was it? It wasn't after the second. We didn't rest the second time after that.
I'm pretty sure we
But you
rested
were
after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
The rocks was at the beginning of the last session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We rested at least 2 times.
Yeah,
we did.
Very good, Tyne. Lincoln, you are up
Oh.
now, my friend.
Do I know what the condition for ending the frighten is? Is it like a save end or
Just
like
until the end of that thing's next turn.
next turn? Okay.
Yeah.
I have disadvantage and I can't move closer to it. I'll just try to throw a dagger at it, I guess.
Good old classic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't got a lot of options at this level. I'm basically throwing daggers. I gotta roll again. That's gonna be 15 to hit.
15 versus AC
Yep.
will just miss as it quickly
Aw,
buzzes to the
man.
side.
Brutal.
Wait a minute. How much did you try to hit?
15
15.
versus AC missed it. I'll do my offhand throw, I guess. I need to make this into a macro that has advantage and disadvantage. I'll do that later. Oh, I maybe hit it this time. 17 versus AC.
17 hits.
That is going to be 5 damage.
Nice.
Luke, if it helps, if you hold left shift when you click in Beyond D&D Beyond, it should roll as advantage.
I need to do macros because I have like
Okay.
3 different sources of damage on this
Okay.
character.
You toss one of your knives and it kind of stabs into the kind of red underbelly under the carapace of the creature. Very nice. Anything else? Lincoln.
We hate it.
And Lincoln runs away.
All right. The strange locust-like creatures in the distance, hard to tell in their smoky aura, rear back, and firing out is one's gonna go here, one is going to go, can it shoot there? It just can reach. One coming for you, Forte, one coming for Tyne. It looks like just a volley of what looks like some type of sticky spittle that is volleyed your way from out of the smoky aura. So first, Forte. This is going to be 18 versus AC.
We'll miss.
All right, you quickly dodge out of the way as it kind of smacks into the dirt nearby. And then Tyne, one coming your way for 15 versus AC.
That hits.
All right. The spittle stings as it smashes into your shoulder. You will take, let's see here, 9 points of acid damage, and I need you to please make a dexterity saving throw.
Not my strong point. I'll pump a +1 into it just to make sure.
Okay, with a +1, that unfortunately fails. You find that this spittle, as it's kind of still burning your skin, you go to move your arms that got kind of cut, that were caught in the spittle, and you unfortunately can't move them. You are restrained until the end of this creature's next turn.
Okay.
They still remain where they are, though, after firing their spittle your way, which means Opie, you are up.
Guys, Mr. Lincoln is running. Shouldn't we run away?
We hate it.
Do y'all want to run or not?
Don't run. Don't we? You guys got it. Lincoln's just being a scaredy cat.
We haven't taken any damage yet, right?
Okay.
No, technically, it used up all my temp HP.
Can I do any kind of check to like see how dangerous these guys are?
Knowledge
Is that like a
checks
thing?
are free. Make whatever checks you'd like.
I mean, what would that be? Like
Survival probably would be the most apt, but history, yeah, take any number of things if you can convince me, but probably survival.
teen survival.
On which one?
The bughead dog things.
The bughead dog things. They look strange in their forms. The difficulty with these things looks like trying to hit them while they are in these smoky haze or aura that surrounds their bodies, and it also, you can clearly see they are able to fire off ranged projectiles, so that could be a little difficult to combat. Outside of that, it does look like they could use their mandibles or their back legs, which, although they have a wolf body, their back legs are actually those of, like, the reverse joint locusts. So they could catch you with those, but that looks to be the tall and short of it for them.
Okay, so we're gonna fight then, y'all. Okie doke. Well, as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
Not really what I meant to do, but put it in there like that. But basically, if I hit on the next attack that hits, they have to make a save. But first, we have to see if it hits.
Okay.
So Opie is going to attack the little bug thing
Sure.
with his longbow. That is a 20.
Hope he fires off a shot. 20 hits.
That is 6 piercing.
Very nice.
And now, with the Ensnaring Strike, he has to make a strength saving throw or be restrained.
Oh, okay. What's the DC?
DC is 12.
Okay. Not a particularly strong looking creature, but still makes it.
Damn.
15.
Okay.
No, but pretty smart idea. Anything else, Opie?
If I go like right here, can I get like half cover behind the wagon?
Provided they all stay there, yes. You'd certainly be blocked against maybe some of the spittle with some cover from the locust-looking hound creatures.
Okay, he's gonna dip back there. Oh, and also my swarm, since I did attack the bug.
Is that extra damage?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the extra damage.
Okay.
That's two. That's 2 piercing.
Hey, every little bit helps.
They're
Very
just little
nice.
fireflies. They can't do much.
With that, we'll move to Uncle Jimmy. You're next.
Being close to the cart, driving the Ark, Jimmy's gonna take a deep breath with a cigar, inhale it, and take a steady aim. Give me advantage on a ranged attack this round. My speed 0. And take a one shot at the giant mosquito bug tiger looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll that again. Fantastic rolls tonight. I don't think a 13 hits.
13, unfortunately, does not hit.
Damn it. That's it.
All right, a solid shot, but the creature moves with some dexterity out of the way. Professor Bark, you're up.
I see, these ones are hiding. Let me show you where they are. I cast Fairy Fire.
Fire.
Did that do the thing?
Mm.
Yeah, it sure did.
Mm.
Back here on these fine young men back here. It's a DC 13 dexterity save.
The one on the left makes it, the one on the right fails. It is caught in your fairy fire. Everyone can see a outline of the creature. Despite being covered in its smoky haze, it is now outlined by the fairy fire.
All attack rolls against the affected creature have advantage.
Nice.
I'm gonna just... You guys got that, so... Right. Opie.
Oh,
Good
I
to
see.
see you.
What are you doing back here?
Oh, just, getting ready. Any bonus actions to cast Shillelagh on his staff.
Very nice. Forte, you're up.
Okay, defensive positions, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How high is the mosquito in the air?
It is hovering at about like head level, so not above you.
Not above me?
Nope.
Perfect. Okay. I would like to, as a bonus action, do what I discussed before we got on stream, cast Spiritual Weapon. An anvil made out of cinders apparates
nice.
and begins floating about. Forte takes the bonus action, or the main action of dodge. Pass my turn.
There is your anvil.
Cool.
Forte. There you go.
Nice. How do you get all
alright.
these tokens so perfectly immediately?
Just having
That good?
spending way too much money on Roll20 Marketplace.
From
The
all the nice people that donate, he's able to buy
Yes.
all of these things on the marketplace, conveniently found inside Roll20.
yeah, thank
Oh
you.
my god.
The RX clearly, uncomfortable with the encounter here, snorts loudly and kind of kicks its hooves in the dirt, but still maintains its ground unless told otherwise, and stays where it is. That brings us to the strange insect creature buzzing near Forte. It is up next. You are right next to it, Forte. So it is going to stare deep into you with its long segmented gaze of its insect-like eye. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Con save.
You got it.
13.
Please give me a 1d4 roll.
I don't
As
got it.
The eyes draw you in.
That's a 4.
The scintillating eyes, Forte, you try to pull your vision away from it, but your sight is just drawn in by this creature's scintillating eye, and until the end of its next turn, you find yourself incapacitated.
Ooh, that's bad.
All right.
That's real bad. I think that drops your concentration even.
Oh
Let's
no.
see. Incapacitated. can't take actions or reaction. So it's
Maybe not.
Okay.
You find yourself, Forte, frozen almost in mid-stance, as if unable to move, only able to stare at the creature in front of you as it brings back its proboscis and attempts to stab you with it. Incapacitated, is that advantage from anybody trying to attack someone who is incapacitated?
Doesn't seem like it.
No.
I think it's just
Yep.
a stun.
Just they can't okay, works for me. You're stunned, you cannot move, but creatures trying to hit you could still miss just as easily. D&D 5th edition.
Hey, man.
It bounces off their armor.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's a good way to flavor it, actually. 24 versus AC. I'm very sorry.
At disadvantage.
Very sorry.
I'm sorry, my cynicism is leaking to the rest of the group.
As we love.
It stabs you, Forte, like something out of a nightmare. You watch this overgrown alien mosquito just shove its proboscis into your shoulder as it stabs deep into you. That's gonna be. Go ahead.
Hold
Sorry.
on. At disadvantage, it's 24.
Oh, is it with disadvantage? Hang on.
Yeah.
He was dodging technically.
Oh, okay. With disadvantage, that makes the new roll. Well, no. Well, wait, hang on. That'd be 21 versus AC.
That does hit.
Okay.
Oh,
So then the total is 14 piercing damage, and you watch as the creature stabs into your shoulder. You watch the proboscis. It's almost like translucent on the inside, and you watch your blood being drawn from your shoulder into the creature.
ugh.
As it sucks away some of your sap, some of your strength here. Let me see. It's going to try to fly. It's going to do a flyby, so it can't be attacked. It's going to fly over here next to Tyne and tries to attack you, Tyne, for 17 versus AC.
Yep.
All right. You watching this Tyne, see it pull its proboscis out of Forte, zip on over with its near imperceivable wings as it zooms in, a nasty buzzing noise as it digs its proboscis into you for 10 points of piercing damage and begins to suck some blood from you as well.
Okay.
As it does this, it will then fly up. Let's see here. Hang on. 30 feet up into the air. And its turn is done. Tyne, you're up.
Okay.
Sadly, yeah, spiritual weapon goes away. You lose concentration if you are incapacitated or killed.
Oh no.
Oh,
Your sick ass anvil dissipates. I'm very sorry.
Well,
Bad luck.
this character's off to a fantastic start.
You're doing great. You're making all the right decisions. The dice just aren't cooperating.
Yeah.
All right. So I wanted to cast Entangle over here. I'll draw the 20-foot box. There we go.
All right. Gets both of the locust-like hounds in the background. Yep.
The creature in the area must, when you cast the spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
Left one is going to make it. The
It's 14.
right one will fail, though.
Okay.
If it fails, what happens?
It is restrained by
Very
the plants.
nice. Okay. You can still see through the silhouetted smoky aura, these plants, these vine work shoot out from the dirt ground around the creature and grip onto its legs as it sort of pulls back and makes some chittering noises with its insect-like mouth. One of them is caught. What else time?
I don't like that thing being right in front of me. Oh, is Shillelagh's attack also a bonus action?
No.
Just a regular attack action, yeah.
Oh, so it's not a bonus action.
Correct.
Just casting it is.
That's what I wanted to make sure. Okay, so I'm actually, well, I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. Was that entangle thing? Was that an action
no.
or a
Yeah,
bonus
that was my
action?
action. I'm sorry.
That's
No,
okay.
I'm done. Yep.
All right. With that, Lincoln, you're up.
Lincoln's not feeling this bug thing that's 30 feet in the air. I know we got these like smoky wolf roaches, but he wants to get rid of this bug. It made him scared. Nobody makes Lincoln scared.
Yeah, that effect is done with.
Throw a dagger at it for 23 to hit. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
23 to hit.
Hits.
And I'm going to make it my favored foe. Not the best rolls, but that's going to be 10 damage altogether.
Okay. It finds its mark.
And I am going to throw offhand dagger. Yeah. Nice. That's going to be 6 more damage for a total of 16.
Oh, very nice. Strong hits as a series of daggers are let loose like a volley into the creature as you sling them away towards it. Anything else?
Gonna move a little bit over here, and then I'm done.
All right. The Locust Hound's turns. They are just going to spit. Actually, wait. No, one's gonna spit towards the Aurochs. The other one's gonna spit towards, unfortunately, our boy Forte over there.
Can it, the one that failed my thing, can it do that while I was strained?
Yeah, they just have disadvantage, I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're spitting.
And just can't move, I think.
All right. The one that you have posted into the ground with your entangle fires off a spittle volley towards Forte, but it goes wide off into the woods nearby, missing him. The other one fires off towards the Aurochs, but similarly, the Aurochs kind of like shifts out of the way, kicking up some dirt, kind of pulling the wagon, almost sidestepping a little bit, not actually moving it anywhere, but just kind of moving out of the way as the spittle hits the dirt nearby, as it throws its hooves up and throws its head up in the air. Pissed off, probably. They're done. Opie, you're up.
Okay. Opie is just going to try to hit this bug thing again.
Sure.
Duck kind. 20.
Hits.
Nice.
7 piercing.
Very nice.
And I'll use my swarm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, extra 4. So
Bug versus bug.
11. Yeah.
All right. You fire off a shot. It connects. You also see a number of your, what are they, fireflies?
Yeah.
Kind of zooming around, pinching and biting the other larger insect-like creature around it for some decent damage.
And that's it.
All right.
Keep
Very
things
good.
simple.
Uncle Jimmy, you're up.
Uncle Jimmy isn't too happy. He's going to spit out his cigar and take another deep breath and take a focus action one more time and try and shoot this bug down.
Spits at the things that are spitting back at him.
I'll show you.
Goes like 3 feet.
That would be a natty 20.
20 versus AC hits. Oh, whoa, that was a natty 20.
Oh, nat 20.
Crit.
Yo, that's a crit. You get you a good luck card. Grab one of those. And your damage plus the additional damage die if you haven't calculated that in.
That since that's sneak attack, that's 2d6. Multiply that, that's an additional 4d6 plus the base. That's an additional.
Shit.
That would be 4d6 plus 3. 6d6 plus 3. Pardon me.
To be fair, to get your sneak attack, do they have to be adjacent?
No.
There's an enemy next to it.
I just have to have advantage on it or someone next to it. I took focus.
You just-
action.
Oh, okay,
You
gotcha.
just need ranged to get sneak attack.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Making sure.
That is 20 damage.
All right. Is this from a bow or like a crossbow? Yeah. You like focus down, closing an eye and looking down the barrel of your crossbow, firing right towards the red expanding and closing sacks of this creature. As your bolt finds its mark, dark red blood spews from the insect-like creature as it flies around erratically in the air, struck hard by your bolt.
It's going to cover his eyes so he doesn't get Forte's blood on him and end his turn.
All right.
Gotta
Very
love
nice. Professor Bark, you're up.
Sneak attack.
Holy shit, yeah.
So Bark looks at Opie and says, "Watch now, boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6." And at this guy, I fire a ray of sickness, level 2.
Exciting.
At advantage, I'll cast another. Oh, I think it does it at advantage. Oh, sick. 20 to hit.
Oh, well.
20
Oh,
will
goddamn.
hit.
It makes a Constitution save of DC 12.
It does so and passes.
It's a bitch, and it takes 21 poison damage. So there.
Oh, very nice. You can see the creature kicking its insect-like legs and what you assume to be pain behind it.
That's how you do it, boys. He says, delaying so that he can find out if he has any bonus actions. As a bonus action, I turn invisible until the end of my next turn.
All right.
Yeah, Furbolt magic.
That's wild. All right. Forte, it is that strange creature's turn is over. You feel your muscles able to shift and move again. You're no longer incapacitated and you're up.
Hey. I do not have much range to throw except for a dexterity saving throw, which I think a bug is very dexterous, yeah?
Could be.
Probably.
So I think I close distance on the long guys.
I can try to get closer as well to the long guys.
Okay. Table talk. You guys want bless or should I go in there? I'll get in there.
Save your spells. We already lost an early spell.
Yeah.
If you've got another option, go for that.
Forte is gonna hold here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna take the dodge action again. And yeah, that's it.
You stand just outside of the smoky aura of the creatures here. Very nice. All right. With that, the Oryx kicks around. It looks up towards the creature that is a little bit up in the air, wanting probably to hit it, but unable to do so itself. So it just kind of holds its ground, which means we roll back up to the top. It is this insect-like creature's turn. The insect creature quickly darts, flying 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and uses its dash action to fly off into the forest, severely wounded.
Ah, damn it.
What a fucking bitch.
It's just like one of those balloons after it deflates, it just kind of flies
Yeah.
away.
Tyne, you're up.
Okay. I'm actually going to cast what is it? Healing word on myself.
7.
And then I'm also going to move. trying to help Forte. And I'm done.
All right. Supporting your friend there, moving your warden creature up a little bit. Very nice. Lincoln, you're up.
Oh man. Okay, so have we figured out anything about their smoke cloud?
Amanda did a sort of broad check, but no one's specifically done any other checks on it.
I would like to make a survival
That one
check
would be the best bet, yes.
on their fog cloud thing around them. 8.
With an 8 total, you can see that this creature emits a dense, very thick smoke cloud that is within 10 feet around it. It would probably make them difficult to hit and would probably not be the most pleasant to stand within if you were a creature who breathed.
I don't
Actually.
breathe. Amazing. Okay, so this one is both restrained and fairy fired,
Correct.
Correct.
and this one is just normal.
It's
Yes.
just
Okay.
bark on the tree.
I really wasted my fucking favorite foe on that fly. Oh well. I'm gonna hunter's mark this guy. So I'll cast hunter's. No, I'm not, because then I won't get my offhand. I'm gonna throw an offhand dagger at this guy.
Okay.
And I have a macro for it, so I won't mess it up this time. Okay, that's gonna be 25 to hit.
Nice hit.
It's gonna be 8 damage altogether.
Right.
And against the other guy, who this is gonna be my main hand. Do I have advantage to hit him? The fairy fire, or does it get canceled out by anything?
Restrained is attack rolls against have advantage.
I'm more asking Jason if
I will
the
allow
fog
you to have
gets-
advantage, yes.
Okay. 12, and I'll add a +1 for 13.
13 versus AC.
Yes.
Close, but still misses.
Dang it! That's all for me. I'm done.
Right. It is their turn. The creature is going to begin to shift. This one on the left side. Moving, hopping up here. Both of you become drawn into this smoky, choking aura as the creature tries to attack you, Forte, with its claws. Let me see here.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage. It swings for 11 versus AC.
Nope.
All right, it's going to do that one more time with disadvantage. Let's take a look. That one's going to be 14 versus AC.
Nope.
All right,
Ooh,
tries to attack
hey.
you both times, but is unable to. Forte, you get the sense that in this cloud, it's difficult to breathe. It kind of sucks being in here. The other one's going to stay where it is. It's just going to fire off a spittle volley at the closest thing it sees, which is Forte here. So it's going to shoot. Is that a disadvantage as well?
Yes.
All right, pretty smart. This is probably going to, well, yeah, would miss. 13 versus AC.
Miss.
All right.
Oh.
You hear the sound of it spattering somewhere from the other one, but in this cloud, it's difficult to tell. But you know it did not hit you. They are done. Opie, you're up.
Okay. All right. I think I'm just going to attack this one up here that's incapacitated and everything.
Good call.
That would be a 20.
It's going to
Which
hit.
hits.
20 in a row.
Hell yeah.
And that is 11 piercing. And I'll go ahead and add my swarm. Oh, it's only 1, so 12.
Okay.
One firefly lands on its
Yes.
exposed and second eye.
Pokes him in the eye.
Yeah.
You can see, even in the hazy mist, because it is outlined by the fairy fire, that your arrow snaps into one of the legs of the creature.
And I'm pretty sure. Let me just measure one thing. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Uncle Jimmy.
What is the distance on their cloud again?
10 feet around them.
Well, shoot. Jimmy's going to take a few feet forward. 10, 15, 20. And do I have disadvantage on it, just to make sure, at ranged?
Looks like it would be difficult to hit in the cloud.
I'll take 2 shots. Or actually, I'll use my good boy card to gain regular advantage.
Okay.
To make it even.
Well, I'll say this. It's not disadvantage if you want to keep your card.
I will use it to gain advantage then.
Okay.
Probably boosting their AC or dex saves or something. 19.
Does a 19 hit?
A 19 would hit, but the foggy, smoky aura surrounding it makes your bolt miss.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, then I'll take just a regular old second shot as a bonus action with the crossbow.
Maybe
Sure.
my friend.
Oh. What? What?
No
Nice.
way.
I'll take it.
This is nuts.
Critical sneak attack. Oh my god. 2 in 1
Again,
combat.
yeah.
2 in 1. Jesus.
That's 29 damage.
Takes a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage for level
That's a lot
4.
of damage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Rogue is best class, don't at me. I don't even care what anybody
It's
says.
the perfect class.
Lincoln Forte, you see Jimmy's shot just like land right in between the eyes of this locust-like hound creature as blood spurts out from its head and it clicks loudly in pain as it kind of kicks back, throwing the smoky aura around the both of you.
That's it. Jimmy's going to keep an eye on it and take a look around just in case he sees that other bug come back.
Sure. That means Professor Bark, you're up.
Professor Bark is thinking that he's here to fuck some shit up.
Academically.
Academically.
With citations.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go full on with this. I pull out that javelin we got from the little Weedlekin and cast Catapult at level 2.
Oh, that fucking
Love that
rules.
spell.
That's amazing. You railgun the fucking javelin at him.
Yeah, exactly. Not at him, but at both of them. It's 30 in a line, or it's 60 in a line. Guess who's just in a line from me?
Wow, dude.
So
What a-
each of them
what a
make
game.
a DC 12 dex save.
We just invented a railgun, guys.
The damage roll kind of blows, but
The action economy, dude.
16's not bad though.
it's not terrible.
The javelin fires off from your catapult magic. It fires off towards the one in between Forte and Lanke, but the smoky aura means it misses. However, the one in the back, without any sort of advantages like that, fails its save, and the javelin does hit.
Nice.
Takes 16 bludgeoning damage. It hits so hard, it's not even. It loses its.
A+.
It stabs into the creature behind at the far end of the battlefield.
Ugh. Ugh. Reminds me of my collegiate days throwing.
Good shot.
Blade
but
grid ball, you know.
Oh, and that also came from me while I was invisible, but nothing to gain from that because it was a save.
Okay, gotcha.
That is a pretty good action. I'm gonna think about running away heroically. 2, 3, 6. Did you see that, OB?
No, what happened?
It was nothing that we won't hear about later at the campfire. Don't worry.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me later.
Well, you see.
Forte, your turn comes up. You are caught in this choking cloud of this dense smoke. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
19.
Lincoln breathes in the fog and breathes it out.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
May I make a check on the smoke?
Sure.
Survival?
Survival, yeah, that'd probably be the best thing.
Okay.
Our dwarf is made of iron.
That is partially true, but somewhat of stereotype, but is positive stereotype, so I will take it. 17 survival. Do I recognize inhaling the smoke as something I've inhaled before?
It's not so much. You get the sense that luckily you have some hardy lungs and you're protected from any of the ill effects from this thing now. But should the wrong person breathe the smoke in, nothing ill would happen to them other than the constant coughing fits that they'd have to keep doing would mean that they could not see. They'd essentially have be blinded until the end of the creature's next turn as they just fall into a coughing fit, unable to open their eyes as they're just hacking their lungs out.
It's no good over here. Don't come in. Forte's gonna like use his beard as a respirator and stay in there and swing at it with his warhammer.
All right.
My axe.
For 6.
6 will miss, unfortunately.
All right then. That's what I got.
All right. The Arx is staying where it is. We roll back up to the top. Tyne, you're up.
All right. Tyne will move 1 block up to be within 30 feet. And we'll just cast Produce Flame, light his pipe with it, and then throw it at the bug thing.
Sure.
22 to hit.
22 would normally hit.
Oh man,
and he does.
Oh, okay. Jason, you son of a bitch. 22 would hit.
Jesus.
And in fact does.
Gotta keep you all on edge sometimes.
Well, it does 1 point of fire damage.
Wow.
Teach that bug, Tyne.
He's not a fighter. I think he's done. Yeah.
All right. Lankin, then you're up.
All right. Let's fucking do this. I'm gonna step back 1. I don't care if he wants to attack me. He can if he wants.
He sure does. Absolutely. Why wouldn't he? He swings towards you with one of his claws. Totally misses though.
Okay, cool. I can't keep getting away with it. I'm gonna throw my main hand at the the restrained guy.
Yep. That one easier to see under the fairy fire. 16 versus AC will hit.
That's gonna be 11 damage altogether.
What does it look like when you exactly match what was left of the HP of the creature?
I did nothing special this time. Just a clean knife through the torso. I'm not sure how the I'm not sure how the anatomy works in these guys. And offhand on the little guy that's engaged with our good friend Forte. Oh damn, girl.
26 would totally hit.
It's a crit.
Jason.
But that does not hit.
What? 26 doesn't hit? It's a crit though.
The smoky aura means that the attack misses.
What?
Yes.
Even on a crit?
On a D6 roll, 5 or 6s misses.
Oh shit. Well, I at least get a good boy card, right?
You do get a good boy card. I will give you that.
Okay, I'll take it.
You did naturally roll that. You guys are tough to hit.
Now we know what their smoke shit does at least. They just got a 1 1/3 chance of shit missing them. That's it for me.
Right. One of them is dead. The other one pretty severely wounded as it begins to try and hop out of your melee range, Forte. You can hit it if you'd like to.
Using Warcaster,
Ooh, yeah,
I want to Sacred Flame it. Dex 13 save. It's out of range for Word of Radiance for a con save.
Right, it tries to shift out of the way for that and does.
I try.
It's going to move 5, 10, 15, hang on. 15, 20, 25, 30, and then uses its other dash action to 5, 10, and gets the fuck out of there. They are not... There's just insects. They're not incredibly smart creatures, but they are smart enough to know when to run when wounded as they quickly get away from you all. Battlefield clear of its combatants.
Jimmy's gonna growl and try to take a short jaunt and take a few shots with his crossbow at it as it tries to go away.
Yeah, you fire off a couple shots, unsure if they hit or not, but certainly at least scaring the thing as it bounces off and away from you.
Remember, you don't lose temporary hit points until a long rest. So if you have temporary hit points now, keep track of it.
Ooh la la.
Amanda, something you guys should know about. I already calculated a little of the points into the harmonic flux, but you have killed one of the creatures that poses a threat here in the passage. Anytime you kill one of the creatures that are hostile towards you here in the passage, you recover 1 harmonic flux point.
Hey.
Nice.
So
I'll put it on there.
how big are these things?
As the
bug
mist
wolves.
begins to clear from it, since it has died, it's medium-sized.
I'm gonna start walking over towards it.
About the size of, yeah, probably, looking at its body, probably a wolf if it was not half locust-like creature.
Hey, Lincoln,
Yes.
would, you ever seen one of these before?
I am uninterested in these creatures.
Yeah. I'm gonna size it up and, do I know where the smoke came out of?
You can make a
Like, what
check.
part? Survival?
Sure. Survival or medicine would maybe even be better here, but either one.
17.
You get the sense that the smoke was just simply emitted out of the pores of the creature itself. There's no particular like organ or orifice that it's primarily exuded from.
Nothing fancy. I'm just gonna, like, almost like cutting a hole in a cake. I'm just gonna cut a chunk out of it. Just bore a little hole with my blade, and I mean nothing more than the size of a baseball. Just something to get
Okay.
a couple of the pores and a piece of meat out of it.
All right, not trying to fully cut it down for meat, just getting a probably small sample of it. Uncle Jimmy, you just kind of slice into it and cut your piece out.
What's this thing called? Anybody know what this thing is?
Did Opie have ever seen this before, Jason?
What was your check, Opie, when you did survival against it? Do you remember?
I was just trying to see like how dangerous it was.
Yeah, but what was the number? Do you remember what it was?
Oh, I think it was
Like a lower than 10?
It was higher
I
than
don't-
10.
I don't think so.
It was higher.
Mine was 8.
Do you want me to just make another check?
Sure.
It was definitely higher than 10.
Well, that's 11.
Nice.
Still higher than 10.
Thank you,
Still
Prince.
higher than 10.
Professor Bark, are you attempting? Is this the same thing, Professor Bark?
A nature check to see what the hell this thing is.
Should
I was
I-
gonna do one as well.
Should I take the 8 or the 12?
8, yeah.
Nope.
Time? As much as you spent time out in the wilderness, some of these creatures here, the passage, are like new to you. Almost be interesting if they weren't so dangerous. Opie, you are, maybe you've never seen these things, maybe never even read or heard of them, but you at least put together that probably the name of them are brimstone locust hounds.
What a name.
I think I've heard of them before.
Disturbing
I've ever
combination of
seen one,
wolf
though.
and locust.
All right.
I have a question. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna head back to my suitcase and then open up.
Before you do that, I have a question. Are you hiding all this meat harvesting? Or are we seeing you do this?
I'm just walking straight back to my case and opening it up and throwing a piece in there and closing it.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm asking. Is it obvious that you're carrying hunks of meat all around with you?
Sounds like it.
Sure. Yeah, he's not really.
Are you
hiding it.
making an effort to hide it?
No.
Okay. What in the hell are you doing with all these?
What?
I didn't play with water by giving it a. What do you? What do you mean? What?
What do you mean what? What am I doing with all these what?
Okay. That was discreet.
What? I'm collecting meat.
Organic creatures require meat as sustenance, Professor.
Yeah.
Well then.
Yeah, I ain't sustaining off none of this crap.
Mm-hmm.
Just collecting a few souvenirs, you know, coming out here, killing a few things, you know. That's it.
Interesting. For what purpose?
I got a job out here. That's about it. If you'd like to know more about my qualifications or my business, take it up with my foreman.
Very well. Till we meet then.
He's gonna light his cigar back up and pat the arc and head back to the seat.
Right. Anything else before you all press on?
Not
I
for
don't
me.
think we're good.
All right.
Already tapped up.
Prince, what the fuck?
Thank you so much.
No.
Thank you, Prince. Holy shit. Yo, thank you. I really, really, really appreciate that. Holy cow. Thank you.
What just happened?
That's fucking wild. Prince
10,000 bits.
just donated 10,000 bits.
It's a lot of goddamn bits.
Yo.
That's a lot of bits.
Yo, that's wild. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. I try not to break for stuff happening in chat, but thank you. Holy shit.
We could do the giveaway. It's 10:20. It might be a good.
Yes, that's a good point. Before we switch over to the map, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Really quickly, hey, if you're in the chat right now and you want the digital code to the Roll20 content for Tome of Heroes, say I want it in the chat right now. Give it to the first person that says so. Thank you so much, Prince. I really do appreciate that. I'm gonna give away a code out here. That's wild. That'll take me a little while to process. What the fuck? Prince says, yeah, I already got it. Anybody else in chat who wants a digital code for the Roll20 content for Tome of Heroes by Kobold Press?
We'll do it again later.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we don't get any takers in like the next 10 seconds, I'll just hold off until next week. Discordian's like, I already got the code. Fuck off, mate.
Also, Opie got a +1 and Jason got a +1 from Prince.
And I used it.
Okay.
I am super happy from that. Thank you so much, Prince. I can't tell
Holy
you
cow.
how much that means. Yeah, that's mind blowing.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll hold off on the code till next week because I want someone who, you know, is really looking forward to getting that kind of content to be able to get it. So yeah, we'll hold off on that next week. But yes, I appreciate everyone here in the chat. Thank you so much, Prince. Let's move on here as you all kind of gather back into the cart. And I'm pretty much just going to... I think the bear totem goes away, right? He only lasts for so long. But he's going to pop
Yeah,
out of there.
it's a minute. It was a minute.
Okay, cool. He's going to pop out of there. I'm going to grab quite literally your everyone's tokens here and keep them on the like big map so you can always kind of keep an eye on your health and shit like that.
Good for pluses also.
Yeah, that's true. Let's move on over to our map. So, last time you were here, you were moving on your path from the Helper's Hangil, beginning to explore the Yorvale region here, and decided to maybe start heading towards this icon that's this illustration on your map that's written out to look like, it looks like maybe some type of wooden cart or something similar to that, across the sort of plains and farmlands here, the open valleys. You had traveled, let's see, you had to stop here, then you did 1, 2, 3, 4, so you've gone 1. This is the second day, so you have 3 more days, 3 more hexes worth of travel at a normal pace before you have to rest. So how would you like to travel? What direction are you heading in, and what's going on? You want to tend to your wounds before you move on, or how are things going? The ball's in your guys' court, let me know.
I think we're probably fine, right? We should just beeline it there in the day at the landmark.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to just kind of continue pressing on in this? Is it like in this direction that you all have here that you pointed out on the map? Heading over to this cart-like thing?
Shortest way there.
All right. All of you popping back in line around the cart begin to continue on and head this way. I'm gonna bring your tokens over here really quickly. We're gonna blow these up. Hang on just a second. And let's keep going here. All right. I'm doing some stuff with the map. Hang on just a second. As you all continue to travel along here, it's not too long as the cart continues to travel, and I'm actually going to grab, I want to bring the wagon with you all, just so you can all keep an eye on how everything is going with you and the wagon itself if you want to do anything. So let's grab that too. It'll be easier for me for keeping track of things. So let me move over here. Amanda, 2 more hours are going to pass on the clock as you move to the next hex. So that's going to bring it from hour 2 to hour 4. So it's going to pass one of those blips you have, Amanda. And then I'm going to roll one of these. Don't pay attention to that. As you all move up ahead 1 square.
To delay the progress, I'm just gonna look at the group. You guys mind if I use a little of that tobacco we got?
Blanket certainly isn't going to use it.
Oh, go right ahead. Do you need ale to go with that?
And hey, a little bit of a drink on the road would be nice. I promise I'll steer the cart straight. I was gonna split this with Tyne. You wanna smoke a little, buddy?
I mean, Tyne literally is always smoking. But, you know, so he pulls out from somewhere in his robe just perfectly dried looking leaves. He's like, crumples it up.
No, that sounds good. Here, he's gonna take just. I mean, I know there's a lot from that bag. I'm just gonna hand a little to you. Some of that bug stuff we got. Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing with the bug stuff?
The tobacco that got dropped from the supply crate. He's just gonna hand you a little.
Thank you.
Wait, oh yeah, we should decide who's gonna take all this stuff.
Tyne will also hand Jimmy some of his leaf if he would like it.
Hey, yeah, breaking bread. That's good. Thanks, man.
Tyne
I
smokes.
want the circle made out of faces.
I don't even think that's what it is. He's just making it more horrific than it actually is.
You know, as you look at it, it is quite literally a shield with someone's flesh strewn across it. You can actually see a strange symbol carved into the skin on it that you do not recognize.
Pretty.
Okay, here you go, Mr. Lincoln.
What about you, Professor? You smoke a little bit, yeah?
Sure, whatever the group is doing. I like to fit in.
Tyne
No,
also
I'm
offers
not-
his leaf to
Yeah, we
Professor
got-
Buck.
Excellent.
So, Tyne, buddy, we're going through that stuff. What are you here, man? What brought you out of the woods to come, do all this, huh?
Something threatens nature.
Yeah.
Well, how
That's
do you know?
us.
How do you know that, Mr. Tyne?
My dream.
Okay.
Yeah, you dream a lot, or is this prolific? Get some good grass or something. What's going on?
Different. My spirit spoke to me.
Yeah, I can feel that, man.
Did it say?
Nature in danger.
Simple as that.
Yeah, that might be us. We might be making some danger out here. Yeah.
We are here to stop it.
Sounds good. You keep an eye on that. You get any other premonitions or spiritual journeys or something, man? You let us know.
Tyne just smoke. He makes a little dragon out of smoke and it flies around.
Sounds
Good
like
with that.
smoking one of those joints. It's like the cross joint. That's like he has
Yeah.
a bowl with two hands.
Well, yeah. If you look, his pipe is all white, and he actually has carved it himself. It's a talon holding a bowl. It's scrimshar. It's made out of bone.
You're gonna wake up one night. He's just gonna be ripping one straight out of Lincoln.
Out of Lincoln, yeah.
Do not touch it.
Opie holds up the little bag of dust that we got from the crate. Who wants this?
That's definitely something I'll take on too. Alchemy is specialty of mine.
Okay. Does anybody want the javelin, ring mail, leather armor?
The javelin is in pieces. Hucked it at the
Yep.
Oh yeah.
those puppies.
If I may, little warrior, if nobody can wear the ring mail, we can repurpose it. When we make camp, I can turn it into something else.
Like hunting traps.
Yeah.
I can
You
do that.
you think you could do that with the javelin too? What's left of it?
If we can find enough of it, I can
Javelins
surely
are
try.
Usually
It's-
made out of wood.
Yeah, it's a GM decision. It doesn't say that it's destroyed, but I mean,
It got railgunned.
it kind of got railgunned.
Things orbiting the planet at this point.
I
It's like
mean,
the Lance of Longinus from Evangelion. It's just on the moon.
it's like slightly got a bend to it since it was kind of like volleyed out railgun style. But probably you have literally a traveling dwarf smith in your party with a couple whacks of the hammer. It's still fixed up for some use. Yeah, I'll let you still use it.
Okay, there. So that's what we can do. When we have time, I can show you how to do it if you want to learn how to forge weapons.
Me?
You are trying to be a warrior, aren't you, little one?
Wow, yeah. That would be awesome.
Okay, then let's continue on the road, and when we break for camp, I'll show you what to do.
Well, I'm gonna take this pretty stone if nobody minds.
It's all you, kid.
And just out of character real quick. So I think all we have left are the iron spikes, the gems, and the leather armor.
I'll take the iron spikes if nobody else wants them. I'll figure out something creepy to do with them, I'm sure.
Okay. We can always put them in the buggy if you need.
I got encumbrance to spare.
Tyne has no want for material possessions.
Oh wow, 10 iron spikes is literally an item that exists.
Yeah, almost all of those. Yeah, straight from like PHP and stuff. Yeah, those are right in D&D Beyond.
Typically used with a hammer. Thank you, D&D Beyond.
Actually, I'll take the saw if that's okay, because I can use it to get wood and stuff.
We could give the iron spikes to Borg to use in his railgun.
Sounds pretty good.
I don't know that it's something that I'm going to continually use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe walk rings.
do we want to turn the gems and leather armor in for gold then?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
King.
So that is 92 golds. Somebody just want to hold on to that or split it?
You mean
You guys
92
could-
divided by 6, 16 each.
Okay, 16 each.
I was just gonna say if you want to divide it by 5, Tyne is okay with that.
16 each, Kevin.
Shut
I'll
the fuck
take
up
your
and take your
16.
gold, Tyne.
I'll,
Don't eat
I'll
it.
hold on. I'll hold on to that if you need.
I'll give it to Borg.
Oh,
What?
thank you.
What is gold?
Oh, that's right. Lincoln said he also wants to give me. Okay, we can. The math works easier for that. Hold up. 96 divided by 4?
4. Yeah.
24 each. That's 8 more than you had before.
What is gold?
Well, it's a precious mineral that a lot of people like to put value in. It can be made into things, but also it can be bartered for goods or services.
Lincoln takes a bead off of his headdress.
Is bead gold?
Not quite, but you're on the right track if that helps.
It does.
You don't use gold where you come from, Mr. Lincoln? What do you use then?
I think that's
They contracts, deals, promises, oaths.
Yeah, favors.
Oh, Fae? You mean are you from the Feywild?
Yes.
Wow.
interesting.
And Opie will say in Sylvan, because that's what most Fae speak, right? I'm not wrong.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Well, Opie will say in Sylvan, do you speak Sylvan too?
Lincoln replies in Sylvan, yes.
Okay.
Tyne also replies yes in Sylvan.
High five, Sylvan gang.
Whoa.
Lincoln also speaks Goblin for some reason. I'm not sure why.
He's part goblin. He's made of bones.
Yeah, there's some Goblin bones in there. That's why.
Tyne speaks Loxodon.
What the fuck?
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I feel like.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Very
actually
slow,
speak
very
Goblin.
thoughtful.
He says
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up in Goblin.
Well, that makes sense. You're a bugbear. They're goblinoids.
Yeah, family. Little guys from
Family.
No part of the family.
cousin Vinny.
Gabagoo.
the little Gabagoombas. I love those guys.
Oh my god. All right.
Jason's like, I'm about to get canceled.
Fucking moving on. Traveling ahead.
Shut off the music. Next scene.
Oh my god.
Gotta get that gabagoo, you know?
Yeah. You know, we got Petey, Repeaty, Little Petey.
Sammy, Paulie.
Up ahead as you are traveling
Jimmy,
over some of the
Tommy.
rolling hills, the ground beneath you begins to tremble some. Your RX stops for a second, kind of kicking at the dust. Each of you look around, wondering what exactly happened. You felt the rumble underneath your feet. It wasn't strong, but it certainly was something that each of you felt, and even seemed to affect the Oryx, who takes a stop and kind of sniffs in the air. Which, by the way, Amanda, if you're marking things off in terms of water and stuff, don't forget that the Oryx can give you all, at least 2 people, their daily nourishment through its milk, if you want to drink it. Don't forget that.
Kevin? Kevin? You want that
Time.
milk?
Time doesn't. Time wouldn't.
Tyne doesn't need a cup.
No.
Kevin.
As you all take the wagon, still kind of traveling on, well, at this point probably coming off of the beaten path of the dirt path that was leading you into the passage, coming over one of the rolling hills now. Up ahead in the distance, you can see what looks like a smaller village in a open area.
Wait, didn't I talk to the Auric and it was a guy?
Yeah, we named him.
I don't think it was like determined what its gender was.
Okay.
We just named him whatever we named him.
Yeah. I think everyone just assumed male Oryx.
Okay.
You see this town built on this stone platform up ahead, relatively sized, not very large, but it seems like it's probably maybe some hub of some type. But the interesting point of it all is in the center of the city, rising up into the air, some number of stories way high up into the air, is this large jagged crystal that comes out, this formation that juts out of the center of the town and just rises up into the sky. You can hear, if everyone stops for a second, what sounds like the commotion of maybe a hustle and bustle coming from up ahead of the town.
Oh, that place looks cool.
This is weird. Wouldn't this be marked on the map?
What was this town?
Not everything is.
There is hustle and bustle, you said?
Sounds like it is a, lively town now that you've rolled over the hill to kind of take note of it all.
Well, let's go check it out.
Taking go ahead, Kevin.
I was gonna say maybe we can find that missing pet is here somewhere. I forget its name already.
Wilbur.
Taking the wagon along with the Oryx, heading closer to the town itself. Everyone can see, as you begin to come to some of the ramps that lead up, probably like 10 or so feet onto the platform of the town itself, you can see here there is a old sign that is actually sort of like fallen over to the side that denotes the town's name. This is the town of Knightfall.
Falls spelled with a K or just a regular A?
Spelled the goofy way with a K at the front.
Like a fighting combatant, Knightfall.
Knightfall.
Neither's good.
As you enter into the city or town of Knightfall, you can see that it's got some trade, some hustle and bustle happening. It looks like a large number of those traveling through the lanes here are probably similar to you, adventurers of some type or merchants looking to make some money. You can see that this town looks old. There's a lot of really old, dilapidated buildings, and a number of them, probably what are still seeing some use, have had a lot of sort of, what's the term, ramshackle like updates to it. Pieces of wood kind of just thrown in places to cover leaky roofs or areas that have fallen into disrepair. There's certainly what appears to be a legacy to this town, as it has some age to it. And of course, towards the center, amongst the not too busy, but there is some trade and stuff happening here, the hustle and bustle of this town. You see this large formation in this open square of this pinkish crystal as it just sort of catches the the scintillating light of the swarms of the Gleedokin above, as it is still during the light time here. You find, as you begin to peer around here, that there are a couple of merchant shops available. The merchant shops available here are these here in the chat.
Ooh, adventure shop. I don't think I need anything else.
Adventure shops, a blacksmith shop, Fletcher's, leather worker shop. Any of those are things that you would be looking to shop at. On top of that, there seems to be a young boy who is walking around, a young furbolg who wears sort of like one of those, caps, and he has suspenders as he's walking around. He has in his hands what you at first assumed to be like a newspaper, like some type of newspaper boy. But as he comes up, he says, "Gazetteers in nearby regions for sale, 25 golds apiece," he says.
5 gold.
Say, boy.
Yes, sir.
Wait, did you say 25 gold? Hold on. Before I say boy. Yes, I say boy.
Yes, sir.
What is it that you are selling now?
I have 2 gazetteers here. They'll lead you in the general direction to locations here in the passage.
Oh, well, excellent. Have you any, you say, gazetteers for a place that I know by name? Stone Garden?
He looks through some of the stacks of kind of like the gazetteers parchments he has in his hand. He says, "No, sir. The ones I have are for a place called Reek Ranch and the Mud Over Mines."
Well, those sound kind of awful. Let me think what my team might want. Reek Ranch sounds excellent. I'll take that one.
Very well, sir. 25 gold pieces.
25, wow. A young boy needs much more than that, and he gives him 26.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Go have yourself some bread or something that the boys like.
He hands you the gazetteer for Reek Ranch. I would ask you or someone else in the party give me a one-time investigation or survival check to narrow down where this place is on your map.
I have a
Let me roll
plus
this.
4 survival. Or...
Terrible at this.
Oh, Jimmy's got a plus 7.
Uncle Jimmy, you're something of a map man.
Can we assist on this roll?
If you're trained in it, sure.
I have survival trained.
He's going to pull out some of his cartographer tools and try to compare a few notes and ask Mr. Forte to come out.
Oh yeah, sure. You see, just use the compass like this right here.
Nice.
It's 26.
Oh yeah. These like you think for a second, oh shit, I gotta locate another thing on my map. But as you read the gazetteer, like unless you're an idiot, which we'll see how our further checks pan out, it'd be hard pressed to miss the location of this spot, as you're able to like easily see where it is and mark it out. Let me show you here just a second. We'll switch back, but first, really quickly, over here on your maps, you will now notice you're at Knightfall currently, and Reek Ranch happens to be adjacent to the area that you'd planned to go to previously.
Hey,
Where is it? I'm sorry. Oh, cool. Sorry.
Mhm.
Perfect.
All pretty close.
Excellent. My boy.
Perhaps we should inquire about the missing village.
Yes. I say, boy, do you know anything about a village that's gone missing? I imagine there's houses, probably a windmill, maybe.
The young furbolg boy kind of scratches his head and says, "Sorry, sir, don't know nothing about a village that disappeared. Pretty dangerous outside these walls, so I mostly stay here in Nightfall."
Oh, I see. Is there a place where travelers go?
He
this
says,
village?
"Lots of people visiting the merchant stalls here, or when they need some shut-eye in a safe area with all the blight around, they usually go to the inn nearby. 5 gold pieces will get you a knife. Much better than sleeping outside on the ground, though."
It's highway robbery around here, I tell you. Very well. Thank you, boy.
Hey, have you seen anyone around here named Riff, Cord, or Thrum?
No, can't say I have. They adventurers or something you looking for?
Yeah, they're just some friends that we need to find.
No. Sorry, can't say I
What
heard of
about-
them.
What about, some kind of pet named Wilbert who likes hot dogs?
Sounds pretty fun. Is he a dog or something?
I don't know. I think he might be a pig.
A pig? Oh, and he likes hot dogs?
You have a place around here that sells hot dogs?
Oh, well, not that I know. Oh, there's a meat shop here. But they don't really sell a whole lot of meats.
There's a meat shop and they
Understand.
don't sell a lot of meat.
It's weird, he says.
Okay.
You have to watch out for nitrates.
Remember, we
Yeah.
know I learned how to actually make hot dogs. We just need the meat and casing.
Yeah, but what if the pig went where the meat is? He goes, "Where's
What
the
if
meat?"
it is the hot dog?
The boy says, lots of adventurers, lots of them of the mercenary type coming through here. Do a lot of work for different coin. I think that the meat shop nearby is sort of tied into it. They supply the meat for the mercenaries. Not exactly a shop set up for any folk to go in and buy meats.
Oh, boy.
Never seen a pig named Wilbur near any of it, though. That's what she's asking.
Yeah, that's all right. Thank you, though.
Of course. I got another gazetteer here if you want to buy it. Mud over mines, 25 gold pieces.
Oh, I would love to, but I don't have 25 gold.
Oh, well, you're young like me. I just got my first 26 gold pieces, he says, holding up the money that Bart just gave him.
That's right. Wait. 26.
That's how much you paid me, sir.
Ah, very well, young scamp. Buy some bread with it or something the boys like.
The boys.
Hot dog, sir. He eventually gets pulled away by some other adventurers selling some gazetteers.
Standing there.
Standing there awkward.
What the fuck is happening?
Can we maybe ask around the city more than just one newsboy about the missing village?
Sure, everyone give me like a group persuasion check, please.
I've got advantage on streetwise, so.
I want to
Streetwise is not a skill.
I want to ask about, instead of the village, I want to ask about the people. Riff, Cord, and Strum.
Okay. You can make me a separate check then.
My
Can I-
persuasion do. I'll add +1.
Can I walk around with the drawn knife saying, "You will tell me about the missing
Oh my
village"?
god.
I will.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh, yeah.
Tyne is walking with Lincoln.
Oh,
It's amazing. But not really paying attention to what Lincoln's done, just smokes copiously.
Check
If you
out.
value your life, you will tell me of the missing village.
Let's see. Everyone you ask around, and it doesn't seem like most people know what you guys are talking about. Opie, you ask about Riffcord and Strum. and one of the members tells you that they remember one of those three heading down south, probably somewhere in Yorvale's forested area. And then Lincoln, you use the opposite effect, your intimidation instead of persuasion, and actually you get no hostile resistance, but there is actually quite a few armed mercenaries or adventurers around here who kind of like in response draw out their swords and throw their hands up if they're wizards and sort of just defensively keep you at a distance. With
nice.
with your 23 though, you finally catch one of them off guard. Kind of like he's like at a merchant stall, just kind of counting some of his coins, and you kind of get the knife close to his back as you say it, kind of maybe not realizing how close you are, and in a jump, he just yells out, "Are you talking about Lysier?"
Yes.
God, north. Head north. It's along the lagoon somewhere. I don't know the exact location.
Thank you. Have a good day.
He like stares down at your knife and backs up, like putting a hand at the hilt of his own sword just before he begins running.
Lincoln just fades. like that's how every encounter ends, whether or not they knew it. He just says, "Thank you, have a good day," and fades backwards into the street.
You'd think Lincoln would like fade back into a crowd of people, but there's like no one around. Lincoln just slowly backs up more and more.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's amazing.
Okay, well, that didn't give us much more information, but it was worth a shot.
Wasn't nothing. And we met a friend that we can always come back to.
Are we gonna stay here for the night? It gets really dark outside at night.
How much
But
time do we
that's-
have?
Get ooky spooky.
Moving you all over to the map just so you can have an idea of the map's presence in your time. Still plenty of time in the day. You can sleep here for up to 24 hours with just 5 gold pieces a person.
We can move one more thing if we're going at normal speed, right?
You can move 2 more. Going at
Yeah,
normal
let's keep
speed.
going.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
On the way out, as we're going, the only thing I wanted to grab is 4 extra water skins. They're 2 silver each, so I'll just drop a gold, just so we can have some extra ones in case we run across any people like before, or in case we need any for venturing out.
You grab those as you're walking out. Uncle Jimmy with the water skins, kind of catching back up to the wagon as everyone is kind of preparing to just kind of keep pressing on. There is another large tremor, this time much stronger than it was before. Houses shake nearby. Everyone kind of stops and grabs. There's a shock on people's faces, but one that seems as though to read as though they put up with this before, as they kind of just grab onto something nearby. You can see a couple pieces of wood or shingles from some of the tops of the homes shift over. Everyone give me a perception check, please.
Ugh.
23, great Scott.
Feast or famine.
It's the first time I've rolled over a 10.
Goals trash tonight.
Yeah, everyone's kind of busy grabbing onto something. Professor Bark, you catch out of the corner of your periphery as the tremor is happening, and you're kind of just trying to keep your footing as it rolls on for like a good 10 or so seconds. You notice falling from what looks like maybe somewhere high from the large crystal formation in the center of town, a large piece of this crystal. Decent enough to probably be medium size, maybe even a little bit larger. It's hard to tell out of the corner of your eye, but it just seems to fall from this formation and falls into sort of like the center plaza of the square as it kind of crashes down. Everyone doesn't necessarily notice it at first, but you are able to take note that this happened.
Whoa, that's crazy. Do we have time to investigate, or is that going to cut into our getting to the next place in 2 hours or whatever?
I mean, mechanically, there's nothing stopping you.
See what it is.
Gonna go see what that crazy thing is. I meant to ask somebody about the giant crystal that's quite obviously
So many questions asked of the town. Bark, is anybody going with Bark? Is the whole group, or is it just Bark kind of checking it out real quick?
Oh, Mark.
Blanken will meander with him.
Knives away, please.
I am not currently holding any knives.
Very well.
You head on over as everyone is kind of dusting themselves off. Most of the townspeople here are kind of like checking each other, making sure, kind of checking. They're more distracted by their individual merchant stalls and homes from the nearby trimmer to notice the piece that has fallen. As you head over, Bark, and those with him, you come over, Bark, and you see this crystal piece laying on the ground. It almost looks as though it's pretty thick in size, about medium size. You notice a couple formations jutting out from various locations around it, almost like they're appendages. And as you stare, you see within its kind of glassy, somewhat translucent interior, you almost see the silhouette, the shadow of like a humanoid shape. And as you get near it, it pushes itself over to the other side. You see it now laying on its back. You see now the two appendages at the sides, almost like crystallized arms. You can see now at the ends moving what look like human fingertips that jut out, almost as if like the sleeves are made up of this crystal formation that covers the skin. The legs a similar way, just kind of covered down to the feet in this crystal formation, and only encircling just like the edges right behind the ears is a face of a human that is caught in the crystal itself. They look old, kind of somewhat wizened. They have a long nose, a scraggly mustache, and a large, kind of pointy, thin beard. As they begin to slowly open their eyes, they kind of have an age to their face. And as they open their eyes and look to you, they say, is it time yet?
Sure how to answer that. I help him up.
He reaches a hand out and grips yours as you kind of pull him up. There's a lot of weight that you have to shoulder as you pull him up. Kind of takes a second to brush himself off and begins to scratch at his eyes with his exposed hands. Oh, it's been so long.
You can see that. Take your time.
He finishes scratching his eyes and sort of blinks a couple times and looks around and says, greetings, gentlemen, boy. I believe last I remember we were in Nightfall, right? Why does it look so different?
That is a good question. I look around. Is anybody of the townsfolk like even halfway interested in this guy?
Not currently, no.
Because like they're just like walking past, or because nobody's noticed?
And probably a mixture of both. Their priority of checking on their stalls and everything after the trimmer seems to have caught their attention. Like, there's still the buzz of commotion and stuff that picks up too. You know, you're like in a town square where there's a lot of hustle and bustle happening between mercenary groups and traders. So, you know, it's like you all surrounding this figure. So no one really like takes note. You see the figure beginning to sort of like throw up a couple fingers as if they're counting. Let's see here. Runs a finger on his tongue and holds it up in the air. No. I think this is too early. Oh, you were all sent to awaken me. You're the revive group.
Oops.
Oh, it seems that you've had quite a fall, my friend.
He turns to now see the large crystal formation jutting out of the ground and kind of throws a hand up as he looks up. Oh my, yes, it's grown much larger than when I first remembered being put under it. Oh my gosh. It should be larger, though. I was told it'd be larger.
Maybe, as you say, it is too early. Tell us more. What happened to you?
He puts his hand down and sort of like draws his furrowed eyebrows down a little bit and says, I'm getting the sense that you're not the revival unit sent to get me.
Bark looks over his left shoulder and then looks over his right shoulder and says, we're the only ones that seem to care, my friend.
I see. Well, you wouldn't have any idea then. I can't exactly tell how long ago, but some time in the past, me and a group of knights and adventurers were volunteered into a program. A group of wizards had ordained that at some point in the future a terrible world-ending disaster would take place, and thus had called upon a number of volunteers to take part in a program that would put us under the crystal, as it were. Keep our bodies encased safely within its structure so that we could be awoken when the time is right and hopefully push back against this threat.
That must be this magnificent structure here.
He turns and says, oh, actually one of them, yes. There was quite a few, but they were much smaller and much more mobile when I was initially put under. I suppose they grow over time.
That sounds crazy. Every part of what you just said.
How were you intended to be awakened?
There was supposed to be a return group over the, I don't know, decades, centuries, however long it may have been when the world-ending disaster or threat reared its head. The surviving wizards, whether they be the legacy below them, the sons and daughters, or those related to this initiative of wizards who started the project, were going to be sent out to wake us all. I believe, he says, looking up now, seeing other bits and pieces of crystal debris near him, I supposedly maybe have become detached, unfortunately.
It appears that you were dislodged by some earthquakes or such.
Fortunate.
Your precipitous fall was preempted by a rumbling of the earth.
Are there more of you inside the giant crystal?
He takes a second to consider that, Lincoln, and begins to actually walk over to like the base that's just sort of jutting out of this encircled stone built around the structure, and puts his hand on it, almost peering inside for a second in thought. I suppose so. There were many of us, hundreds maybe, who signed up for the project. We were told by the wizard initiatives that we'd be spread across the worlds, so it could very well be that there's more here, perhaps even more in other locations.
Well, that is interesting.
Sorry, sir. What did you say your name is?
Oh, yes, sorry. Introductions. I've been asleep for some time. Roderick is my name.
Uncle Jimmy's gonna walk over with one of the brand new water skins and a hunk of rations and just hand it to him and kind of like walk away awkwardly.
Oh, I appreciate that, my friend, he says, taking it. You see him dip the water skin up as he takes a drink and then bites into one of the jerky pieces you give him as he starts to chew it. He kind of chews slower. Oh, that's a strange sensation. It still has the same wonderful taste to it as I remember experiencing before, but it feels as though I no longer need these things to live. Huh, he says as he keeps drinking from the water skin.
Tell us then, my friend. You seem to be encased in this. What is this? And he flicks the crystal.
He looks down and says, well, this was the initial encasement that the wizards put us in, though I don't believe, he says, kind of looking at his arms and body now, it was meant to stay stuck to our flesh in such a way. I have a feeling the wizards, their experimentation was not fully meted out in terms of understanding all the logistics. This was the source. We were put inside crystals much smaller than this one you see here, he says, around the size of a normal medium-sized body, held within the crystal itself, fully kept in case, like in a form of stasis, so that we needed no air, we needed not to eat, none of our bodies would function. We could simply be in a dreamless sleep until the time come to wake us up. We were told by the wizards that we were going to be kept asleep until there was going to be a figure to help out. A hugely vast and important figure who would be a tremendous help to the cause in stopping this world-ending threat. I don't suppose that rings a bell to any of you.
It does not. I was wondering, though, these wizards, did they have a new organizational name? They didn't go by the wizards, did they? Surely.
As far as I know, they came under the name of the Eyes of Aurora.
Eyes of Aurora. Interesting.
Though they didn't
that's
seem
good
to
info.
use the name much.
Is there like a BC AD, like how do they keep time? I would ask him in character. When did all this happen?
He looks around and says, oh, this must have been...
You can magnitude it. I don't need a specific answer.
Yeah,
Like,
he
100
counts on
years
his fingers again. At least 200 years ago, I believe.
Fascinating. And it's still called Knightfalls.
We are talking about D&D universe here.
Yeah.
Stuff stays for a long time.
True.
Lincoln kind of leans down and says,
If we find more of your kind, should we free them or leave them?
No. I would greatly appreciate if you would leave them. I believe I was woken up too soon. I shouldn't be here just yet. Think it my duty to search out those who may have survived the initiative or may still be a part of it. People who I could meet with. When I was put under, I was told I was going to be kept in a place called Knightfalls. I've never been to this town myself. It is likely that others of my kind either still exist in the crystal formation or was sent to other portions of the world or perhaps beyond. I'd like to find the wizards and hopefully search out the others so that we can keep watch over them until the time comes to awake them. Is there a organization somewhere I could go outside of Knightfalls that I could perhaps rest and meet with others?
I think we could offer a helping hand in that direction. Shut up, Luke. You make me feel bad about myself.
You guys tell him about the Helpers Hand Guild?
Yeah.
He nods and says, all right, very well. Suppose I should head that way. Maybe I will make some connections. Someone to put me in the right direction to these folks. Look, I greatly appreciate your help. I'm sorry that neither two of us can help one another's parties, but perhaps, staying in contact with this guild house, we may see each other again at some point. I can reveal to you if I've made any progress in my duties.
You said duties very well.
You folk here, who are you? What organization do you hail from? Luke is gonna throw his PC through his window.
I'm gonna find the guy that display clown face and smash their head. No, in Minecraft.
In Minecraft, yeah.
Satire.
I don't think we're really part of any organization.
You 6 here, you don't have a name for yourselves?
Oh no.
No, we
Oh
haven't
no.
thought of that.
We sure do.
We got no name. Who told you?
Oh, no one. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, we want to keep it that way. Yeah.
Well,
There was tales of old where people would set across this land. They would go by Wagoneers or Sooners, depending on which of the two you guys like.
It's sooner or later, so yeah.
I don't like Sooners.
I like
Yeah, me
Wagoneers, yeah.
The expedition.
Oh,
Period.
no-
Full stop.
the expedition period, full stop. I love it.
No, not that last
Sounds
part.
epic.
Expedition Wagoneers, anybody high low on any of them?
Expedition's good.
seems like you're all
Period, full stop.
spitballing this right now.
This is happening off screen. Pay no attention to what's happening behind the screen.
We're just in a huddle while this guy is trying to figure out where he is in time.
He's like, well, I'll just wait here, I guess.
Could you imagine the last 20 minutes of this guy's consciousness? All right, so we're going to put you under. You're going to come up with a couple hundred years. So, what are we calling ourselves now?
A wildcat.
The Mongooses is a pretty cool name. Okay, nobody else wants to go for it. We're tied up. It sounds like 2 each on this.
Wagoneer.
Wagoneer? Slim?
Jimmy and I have no preference.
Wagoneers it is. We're the Wagoneers, my good friend Roderick.
You can be
Roger
one
Rock.
too.
All right, very well. The Wagoneers, should we meet again, I will update you on my travels. I duly appreciate your help. These people look very different from my time. I feel out of place, but perhaps with a little travel and mingling I can learn again, despite hopefully getting over my strange appearance. But yes, thank you. I wish I had some way to repay you, but perhaps in time, once I regain my bearings, I may have more information for you.
Well, I will also catch him up on the dangers of traveling that I know.
Okay. Yeah, he
Don't need to do that in person every time we meet somebody new.
he greatly appreciates it and tells you thank you. You are kind. Are you mercenaries, travelers yourselves, adventurers?
Helper's hands. I don't know how else to answer this question if I'm honest.
Wagoneers, then, traveling the passage. Sounds good to me, yes. Well, I wish you the best of luck, Wagoneers, and hopefully we shall meet again, he says with like a very chivalrous bow.
Tyne puts some leaves in his hand.
Thank you, sir, for the leaves. I will be taking my leave now. Leaf
You, Mr.
to you.
Roderick.
And he begins to walk. As he almost stumbles a little bit, he like wobbles back and forth before he finally gets his footing. Begins to make his way into the mixture of people and merchants, who all now begin to sort of like, none of them necessarily speak with him, but they're all their eyes begin to sort of like draw towards him. Like, who the hell is this?
Mark will ironically bark at somebody. What is this? Nobody has ever seen something like this before, this man?
What man?
Some of them look. You hear the sound of the Furbolg boy. Never in my life, sir. He's a strange sort, isn't he?
I suppose so. This is a strange town.
Jimmy's gonna go over to the inn real quick, and I mean, off screen. We don't have to go through all of it if you don't want to, but go up to like the innkeeper and just kind of give him a quick overview and give him 5 gold and say, at least let the guy stay for a night, help him get his bearings or something.
They will tell you that he had stopped in really quickly, but told the inn that he doesn't think he needs sleep. He's been doing it for many years now. So they kindly refuse your goal, but tell you thank you.
He
Yeah.
is just like me, for real.
Mm. He's made out of meat and bones and other people. Yeah.
No, he doesn't need sleep, Goober.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just kind of stands out there and looks out in the darkness all night. Yeah.
Calcified constructs. Nature is amazing.
So you think there's all sorts of people in that big crystal?
Seems to be. And many more crystals just like it.
Wow.
It
Yeah,
is
that's weird.
interesting. It is interesting.
You know, the maesters do something like that. They like putting people in pods and stuff like that, and tell them, "Hey, go to sleep. You ain't waking up for a while." Yeah. Maybe it was them. Maybe it was like some early maester minds or something. I don't know. Maybe
They
Who the hell
were
knows?
part of a group called the Eye of Aurora, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eyes of
Eyes of
Aurora, yeah.
Aurora.
Eyes of Aurora.
Could I take a history check on that?
You could.
I don't know nothing.
History, the only applicable one? I'll go for it if it is.
I think it'd be the most apt one, unless you can convince me otherwise. 12, Uncle
well-
Jimmy, you've never heard of him.
Could I throw a nature at you? Or
Sure.
Arcana?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's go with
Yeah.
the Mystic Arcana, son bitch. Ooh! Get absolutely fucked.
Is that just the first one, 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
No. I've heard of eyes, and I've heard of an aurora.
Yeah, you know the two separately, not together.
Same for you, Jim.
Yeah. Never heard of them.
Interesting.
Let's make like whatever the hell we're called and roll out of here then.
All right. With everything set, everything packed, are you all ready to move on?
Let's go.
Okay. You're gonna head back out of Nightfall, now marked on your map. You continue on! Another 2 spots here on the map. Moving closer towards your goal. Traveling across the open plains. Another 2 hours passes. It reaches 6, which is another spot, man. Halfway through light time. Don't worry about that. There we go. As you travel along, moving along with your wagon, covering now parts of the land that aren't necessarily, built out with a dirt path or anything, just kind of cutting through the open plains, the tall greens and grass that kind of cover around, pushing through some of it, making your way towards this area here with sort of like a wagon illustrated on your map, but now you know not too far from that also is a place called the Reek Ranch. It is not long during this hex's travel of the 6 miles covering it that you eventually come across a shifter merchant who has a stall that is kind of covered in flashy gold, and they say, please come on over, I have some things to sell you.
A shifter, you say?
Yes, a shifter.
Sounds pretty shifty to me.
Mm-hmm.
See, Kyle, that's how you do a dad joke. No, I'm kidding. That was worse than yours. All right, let's go see what he has to say, guys, and watch your pocketbooks.
Opie starts walking towards him. Wow, what do you have, mister?
As you close in, he says, oh, I have some wonderful things, beautiful things that you have opportunity to find. He says, I am a treasure merchant. I hold with me 3 invaluable maps. Locations dispersed throughout this region, but ones that you will have to use your wits to find the exact location of. However, should you find where these riddles may point you towards, quite a lot of interesting items and perhaps gold may be landed on your person. Could I interest you in one of these 3 maps? I sell each for 25 gold pieces, a steep price, but consider the rewards should you find one.
Insight check instantly.
Sure.
I'll use
advantage.
If you're trained in insight, yes.
Yep. Train in insight. Go for it.
Nice.
So
Tag
24.
team.
He is a sort of bolsterous, flamboyant merchant, but he is being absolutely honest.
Well.
Do you accept bead?
What'd you
Bead
say?
coin.
Do you accept bead?
Bead?
Yeah. Lincoln produces 1 bead.
He stares at it with his eyes. If you
It's
can
a-
somehow transform it into gold, yes.
Professor,
I just hold the glass bead up to your face.
Beyond my abilities.
He puts the bead back. Are there any differences between the maps?
There are 3 different locations, but you'll need to puzzle out the locations based on what is written on these fine scrolls of old.
Do they have titles or anything or is it pretty much just like a D3, like a random?
It'd be a D3, yep.
Okay, cool.
There's no meaningful distinction to
Each
us.
of them different.
I mean, all right. So how are we doing on cash? Because we're trying to get like 100 to get them tire upgrades.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
got 38.
We're
I
short
only
of
got like 23.
I've got 31.
80 something.
You have 80 something?
You have
No,
80.
no. You
He's adding it up,
No.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
30, 60, 80. How much did you have? 20 something?
23.
23. Oh, okay.
I've got 38.
So that's 82. And then I got 12, so it's
mean-
90 something, 94.
okay. We could maybe. I'm sure we'll have over 100 by the time we get back. Maybe we
I
could
feel
spare one, just
I
to
think that'd
try.
be Okay.
You willing to work on the price a little bit?
No!
I feel like this is like a rare thing to pop up, so I feel like
Yeah.
we should take advantage of it. While
I
we got it.
am very rare with whom I sell my maps to, so
Yeah.
take this opportunity as you will. Purchase what you can now. You may have a hard time finding me again.
Sir,
Yes.
I just left my village for the first time, and I've never hunted treasure before.
What an opportunity! You should buy all 3 maps.
But I don't
There you
have
go.
I don't have 25 gold though.
Then hopefully your parents do, he says, waving hand the others in the group.
As soon as he waves his hand behind me, like they're there.
Yeah, I don't
Well-
want to disappoint my. I'm just gonna stare at the frog child. I don't want to disappoint my frog. I think we might be able to. We might be able to do one.
Oh, very well. One better than none. The 25 gold pieces, please. You hand over the 25 gold. Someone give me a D3 roll, please.
Give me your
D3,
front boy.
D3,
1.
1.
All right. He gives you a treasure map scroll. As you pay him the 25 gold pieces, he gives you the scroll and bids you adieu. As you unfurl the scroll, it reads on it this. I lie under the earth below a sullen frown. a figure of sadness, yet utters no sound.
Yeah, we just ran into that guy. He's about 2 clicks back at the Knightfall.
Oh, it's sunken. This is a curious map. There's no pictures at all.
Yeah, no pictures, nothing else other than these few lines written on it.
Do we
don't have
know? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, we don't have the whole map yet either. Also, remember.
Yet utters no sound. What suggested that it made sound before?
Before he goes rolling off, quick question to him.
Yes!
This, I kind of like gesture with my finger. They, all in this area, or are they, across this whole area?
All 3 maps will keep you in the Yorville region.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Rounds. Hi. Is
Happy
it a
hunting.
graveyard? Is the answer graveyard? He says as he walks away.
I don't know, good luck! He says, waving his hands
It's
in
the
the air.
wind. I've heard this one before. The answer's the wind.
No, it's a towel.
All right.
Well, we'll just have to
Wow.
keep an eye out for things that could be a frown.
Yeah, maybe the statue or
I imagine it looks like a face that utters no sound.
statue.
Ranger Rick, and now we got a new fucking quest.
Horseshoe upside down could be frown shaped.
It would. It does. You're not wrong. What is that?
There is a forest called Horseshoe Wildwood in the south.
Ah,
Hmm.
an interesting place to start. Oh,
I'm gonna kill myself in Minecraft. I'm gonna unalive myself in Minecraft. That's hard. I am really becoming irate.
shit.
I think I'm gonna turn off Cloudfish and just talk normally.
You should,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I guess you have to pay for a voice mod, but
And then it won't be the same voice anymore. I've already decided a voice.
yeah. You can do
All
some
right,
cool
it's
stuff
fine.
with it.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna talk in a growly normal voice. Anyway, that's all Lincoln. That's the only idea Lincoln has so far. We should
Okay.
keep moving.
Sounds good. If
All
that's
right.
it for this, where we drive on.
You all
Okay.
press on ahead.
Drive on.
Yeah.
Mexico.
You
Is it-
move ahead.
Someone has the map stuff recorded, right, in notes somewhere. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Time presses on by an additional 2 hours, bringing you to 8 light time. You roll one of these. Okay.
Another six.
As you continue to press on, now like unfurling the map scroll and seeing that it overlaps with this wagon or cart that's just sort of crudely illustrated on the map, and you continue to press forward, entering into another area here, this being the last hex that you can technically stay without attempting to press on and potentially having some penalties, but not out of the realm of possibility. But you now notice as you enter into this 6 mile area, beginning to explore it, that these are unmanned farmlands here. Old farmland buildings. You see what look like they were once old ranches and stuff, coops, pens, and large farmsteads that have been abandoned over time. But there does appear to still be the occasional farmland creature. There still appears to be the occasional chicken coop and stuff like that still shifting around. I'm going to open this document up here. Let me see. Let me go to part 5 here in my collection book. Hang on just a second. Here you can find the potential for milk and eggs, as these are farmlands with some wild farm animals still on it. Someone please give me a animal handling check. If you'd like to spend 2 hours to gather milk and eggs. If not, you can continue to press on.
Oh, we would.
I have a
could
plus
assist you.
6. Okay.
I'll add a +1 for 14.
Okay, sounds good to me. There are 2 chickens and 2 cows here. Let's see what you'd get from this. Go ahead and make the check for me. Oh, you did already. 13 total?
Yeah, 14.
14 total? Okay, cool. With a 14, you find 3 eggs from the chicken coops as you kind of take some time. Opie's small enough to kind of poke his head into some of the dilapidated chicken coops and steal out some of the eggs from the wild chickens around here. You also head over to the cows and probably using, you guys could probably have something to hold this stuff in. You're able to find 4 gallons of milk to collect from the cows.
Yummy. Let's make some fucking cheese.
Gee.
That's a lot of milk.
You spend 2 hours to do this. It brings you to 10 light time.
And that's like 16 gold at the wall market.
How much do eggs weigh? 3
Nothing.
eggs.
Don't record their weight. Don't worry
As
about
much
that.
as an egg weighs.
I
Egg
don't
weight.
know.
Which weighed first?
Oh, boo.
Hey,
Jeez.
that 4 gallons of milk, that was 32 pounds. That's a lot of milk.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna spend my time doing the usual, just take care of the auroch, feed it, clean it, and then just set up for the usual.
Well, I was gonna ask, yeah. So now that you guys have done this, are you staying here for the night or trying to press on? What's the? You traveled for your limit for the day, but you can continue pressing on if you'd like.
Say we stay
Big
here, we
ranch.
hit up the ranch in the morning.
Well, it won't be morning. It'll be 12 hours of. Won't it be when
Yeah.
we have to travel in the night the
I
next
also
morning?
I also think we should push on.
You were
Yeah,
you're able to travel for 10 hours, which would mean to rest the rest of the 24 hours would be 14 hours in total. So if you did rest when you woke up, it should put you back, just back into light time in the morning. So technically, yes, it would be in the morning.
So, 2 questions.
Yes.
Are there any sort of like abandoned barns or anything around here? Is everything like dilapidated and fallen?
Yeah, it's all pretty dilapidated. Nothing
Okay.
that would be more comfortable than your tents or anything like that.
In that case, no second question. I think we should push on to Reek Ranch and see if they'll let us stay there for the night. Maybe we can convince them.
Time votes
On
to
in.
move on.
Yeah, I'm all for that. We could set Lincoln up outside like Jeepers Creepers for the night.
Yeah, I'll just stand in their fucking field like a scarecrow.
Exactly. Well, that's 3 votes to move on. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm fine moving on if y'all wanna.
Yeah, I want to see what happens when we push our
Right.
luck a little.
The travel
Do it.
pace table assumes that the characters travel for 10 hours a day. They can push on beyond that at the risk of exhaustion. For each additional hour of travel beyond 10 hours, which would be 2 to press on to the next hex, characters cover the distance shown, blah, 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 blah. You gotta make a con check, and it's DC 10 plus 1 for each hour. So I need everyone, if you're trying to move on, getting to Reek Ranch in 2 more hours at normal pace, please everyone give me a Constitution saving throw DC 12, otherwise you will take a point of exhaustion.
I am using my
Hard.
inspiration.
I am using my
Same.
inspiration.
I am
using my-
Oh my
I
god.
am using my.
Amanda?
Oh no!
1 point of exhaustion, right?
It
Yeah.
would be a point of exhaustion if you failed the check.
But when you sleep,
You'll get
You
rid of it right
regain
away.
your
get rid of it.
exhaustion.
Yeah. So it's really
Okay.
not a big deal to take 1.
Okay, yeah, all right. I don't. Lincoln's tired.
I
He's
still use mine. Whatever.
Yeah, looks like just Lincoln is the only one who,
Jesus Christ.
those old bones. Maybe you need to renew some of the bones in your body as you suffer a level of exhaustion.
Well, it's me
Perhaps he
too.
should have.
Wait, what'd you get?
7.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You didn't use your inspiration, you dummy.
Amanda! You had to take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
You all press on though, hoping to reach this place, this Reek Ranch, before the night kicks in. And as you close in to Reek Ranch, you begin to see the Gleedlekin all beginning to slowly disperse around you. You now see that they are beginning to leave the area, and now you can see out in the distance, rolling miasma, this fog, this blight as it begins to cover the landscape.
Tyne produces flame in his palm every night.
Keeping things lit though, as you all continue to stand in the light.
Oh, good.
Now that Opie has his glowstone, like whenever it gets dark like this, he's always just gonna take it out and just kind of have it out.
Okay.
Pretty handy.
It glows in your hand now in the otherwise pitch black darkness. It is night, which would make it more difficult to try and travel in the direction you want, but this is sort of happening at the same time where it just becomes blight time as you begin to reach that area. So as the blight rolls in, you can see up ahead before the darkness overtakes you, the decline down the hill, and up ahead you can see what looks like a ranch, a farmstead. There is a small barn attached to what looks like a small one-story little ranch home, and out in the various pastures are what look like cows, although they are much uglier than cows. They have this large hump on their backs. They kind of walk with a little bit of a gait. They have these long, drawn-out faces. And as you begin to sort of like close in on this ranch-like area, there is a just kind of pungent, nasty odor in the air.
I told you it's gonna be haunted.
It's not haunted. I don't know if I want to blow up your spot, but Professor Bark probably knows what this is.
You making a check?
Yeah, I'll make a check. I'm pretty sure I know what this is, and I think Professor Bark would know what it is. 12.
I'd say with a 12. Are you talking about the actual like bovine in the area?
Yes, what we have stumbled upon Reek Ranch, it all makes so much sense. These are what you would call stink cows.
Stench cows.
What?
Stench cows.
That's a thing?
That's something you learn when you're a druid and have to find low CR creatures in the monster manual.
You're not too far out. You can like hear the sound of one of the stench cows as it lifts its head. It is a nasty smell. You can see behind the farmhouse the rolling blackness coming in, and you see the wooden door of the front house throw itself open, and this furball in a farmer's attire, like dirty overalls, a straw hat, a piece of straw sticking out of his mouth. He says, "Come on down, get inside quick before the blight catches you."
Hey, that's good enough for me.
Be on, everyone.
Pull the wagon in the barn. I got some torches to keep it lit. Come on, get moving.
Right away. Opie, stop holding your nose. It's rude.
It's gross here.
We do as he says.
Right.
Pretty good deal.
You do this, pulling the wagon into the nearby smaller, kind of enclosed barn. And you see the furball kind of walk over. He's an older furball. There's some gray in his hairs. slightly more lanky than most, and kind of walks on over to the front door and opens it. Come on, get inside. It's well lit. You'll be fine. Come on, come on. I'm sure y'all travelers have weary feet. Get inside and take a load off. It lets you all inside. It's a looks like a ranch manned by just this single furball. You can kind of see that there's a number of kind of pots and pans in the sink. Could be a little cleaner than it should be, although you have to imagine there's probably a lot to do with a number of bovine outside that he probably has to deal with on the daily. He says, "Now, what y'all folks doing in this valley?"
Hello.
We are trying to find a village. I don't say village. We are trying to find Stone Garden, a locale near here. We have a quest, you see, and it is the basis of examination.
Stone Garden, huh? Never heard of such a place.
Ah, we were led to believe it is in these there parts.
Well, must be around here. Look, Blight's outside. Y'all may want to shack up for the night here, right? Y'all looking to maybe hunker down for a few hours?
Yes.
That we are.
All right. Well, I'd be happy to see to your needs.
Both me and Luke just made the same thing.
I'd like to take an insight.
I wish that sentence was a bit longer. Could you go on?
Opie's also gonna do an insight. My mom's always told me not to go with random strangers.
He's not a random stranger. He's a furbog like me.
Me and this one might be cousins, he says, pointing over at you, Professor Bart.
Distant.
Probably distant.
Nah. Same family tree. I can see it. I know a lot about families. You guys look like you're real close.
With your insight checks, you assume he's like not being weird, although it seems like there may be more than he's letting on. Seems very inviting just to let these strangers into his house.
Since I can't take it now, since I just took a check, over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to take a proper investigation and just keep my eyes peeled and get us a lay of his area, his home, ranch, whatever, and just try to get a feel for it. Make sure I don't see anything like, bloody knives, people's skin.
Lincoln, while he's doing this, I imagine Lincoln is kind of like craning down a little bit from the ceiling. And do you live here alone?
I do indeed, strange, bonely creature.
Scarecrow. Lincoln looks back to the rest of the party and shrugs. He's not sure what else to say.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah.
He says, name's Randall.
Randall at Reek's Ranch.
He spends a couple minutes, like the next 15 minutes or so, pulling out some blankets and stuff for y'all to rest on and, sleep at. And he sits down at sort of like the living room table and says, if y'all wouldn't mind joining me here, I got some trouble on my hands that I was hoping maybe y'all well-fit looking travelers could see to, perhaps for me to offer a free night's rest.
I assumed it would come to this, he says as he starts unbuckling his pants. Oh. What did you have in mind?
Wait, so aside from that, why would Professor assume he would be the one?
This isn't my first time.
Right. I've traveled before, and they've traveled me.
One of those new age professors.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, what does he want? What does he want, Jason? Let's get out of here. What does he
Please
want?
tell us, Will. What is it that we can do? All right, I'm done. That's it. No more.
He takes his straw hat off and sets it on the table, and you see him pull out some tobacco and kind of shove it in his mouth and starts chewing for a second. He says, "Y'all been out in the passage. Y'all probably seen some wild things so far, right?"
We've seen some baddie shit, that's for sure.
I'd like to ask for y'all's assistance in a matter that's been plaguing me for a couple days now. Doing it by myself here, what with the blight and all, has been much more difficult, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm dealing with, but... He leans in and lowers his voice. I think I got a problem with some aliens what coming on my property.
You go on.
I told you guys this place was haunted.
Pass.
Hey,
Oh, go ahead.
what is aliens?
It means foreigners from a different land.
Yeah,
Or
that would be us.
monsters. That's kind of what I'm pointing out.
What type of monsters? He says, indicating to tell us why he thinks there are aliens.
That's the thing. I don't rightly know. See, past couple of nights, I've been smelling a sour odor. Now, mind you, stench cows outside certainly got their own smell, but I'm used to that. I barely catch it nowadays. This was something altogether different, a sour odor. I also noticed my roof occasionally would shake as the blight comes. I'd hear the cows outside mooing. Then sometimes I'd hear the moos coming up from higher above my house. Can't tell a lick of what's happening outside with all that darkness. Only happens when the blight's out, about in the middle of the night, say. Then, when the light comes and I'm able to head back outside in the safety of it, check out what's going on, well, damn, one of my cows is missing. This keeps happening. I won't be able to survive for much longer.
Maybe we'll ask the cows what happened.
Oh, that's a good idea. We can.
He
Lots of
says-
us can do that.
In a way that sounds sarcastic, but is totally factual.
I sure do wish. If you got some kind of animal speak or something crazy like that, you've been training in the stench cow tongue, provided you don't mind the smell.
Most of us can.
Now, I'm not sure if you're joking or not.
I
No.
do not know what a joke is.
It's easier than talking to people.
All right,
I'm
well,
a
y'all seem
professor.
like people who'd be good for a strange job like this. I'll provide you a good night's rest if you don't mind trying to handle this issue first for me. You gotta understand, I only got 10 cows left. Started with 20. If they keep taking them, I use the cow for meats in the markets. I sell them, and I live off of them. If I start losing any more, it's gonna be trouble for me.
It's already dark though. You want us to go out there right now?
I want you to spend the evening keeping an eye on outside while it's black time to figure out what the hell these things are doing, where they're coming from, and how they're, I don't know, taking the stench cows and making them moo above my house.
And then in the morning, we can speak to the cow.
Provided there's any left, of course.
You said it's been one at a time. Has there ever been more than one?
Well, it started off as one at a time. It's been increasing. I'm figuring, and this is why, of course, I'd throw some at you complete strangers. Not something I'd normally do, mind you. But I'm afraid of what might happen next time the situation arises. Don't know how many they're gonna take. Might be brave enough now, whatever the hells they are, to take the whole flock.
Let's do it. Let's help them. And then get a good night's sleep in. Win-win.
Very well.
Yep.
I'll even sweeten the deal. A night's rest after a job well done, provided you protect my cows, and 25 gold pieces in it for you. Got a little spending money after I retired from my mainline work when I was younger.
You got a little stink jerky we could take with us?
Jerky.
Not the stank jerky.
Yeah.
No.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh man.
He could have asked for more gold with that persuasion, but instead we're just getting stank jerky.
-1. I know my stink jerky.
No more stank jerky.
He says, I'll throw in 5 days worth of stink jerky if you help me out with this.
Wow.
Sweet googly moogly.
Well,
Dang.
lucky for you, sir, Mr. Lincoln here doesn't have to thief, so he can watch your cows all night.
I'm assuming one of y'all was just pupping in a pile of bones over here. Y'all telling me this is a real creature?
Yeah, his name is Lincoln.
Lincoln is real.
Oh boy, that's real weird. Well, hopefully y'all are strong enough to take on whatever's going outside. It can't be weirder than what's happening out there with my poor stench cows.
Have you a barn to relocate the animals to?
Unfortunately not. The one y'all's got your wagon in isn't up to suit, ain't up to par. I gotta let the cows out to graze. I keep a couple glowstone lanterns located outside, so of course the blight doesn't get to them. But, you know, it's hard keeping track of all of them. Can't keep them in one place. Been fearful of doing it, to be honest with you.
Well,
I think we should all go out there and at least talk to them and see if something will happen.
yeah.
Sure.
We will attend to the cows.
Do you have a well or a stream around here, sir?
Yeah, I got a well nearby. What you need?
Where we could just get a little bit of water, just top off our water.
Sure, I could provide some water for you.
Okay.
All right.
Can I check the water?
Yeah, he'll tell you the location. I'm not too keen to going out there myself in black time. Can't see with my hand in front of my face. Part of the issue. Hoping y'all folks, considering the eccentricities amongst you all, could maybe figure out a way to have a little extra sight on what exactly is going on out there in all that darkness.
Let's do it. Let's go, guys.
Gonna get to that then.
Tyne's got his fire going, so we're good.
I duly appreciate it. I'll be inside while you do all this. If anything happens, let me know.
Yeah, we'll scream real loud like.
I greatly appreciate that. I hope it's a good scream, not like a bad the alien creatures pulling your head from your neck type of scream.
Tyne says, like this, and points at Lincoln.
Pulls his head off. Puts back.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
That's so cool, Mr. Lincoln.
You see Randall just like stare and just like slowly move his jaw to chew his tobacco as he just watches.
Lincoln will lead the way. Go back outside.
You're
Yeah.
holding his head under his arm.
Yeah. Using it like a fucking puppet, like a sock puppet.
Yeah, Opie's gonna go.
This way.
Opie's gonna go fill up the water barrel.
Okay. You wanted to check the water, Nate?
Yeah,
Skin.
Check it, and then if
We can go.
there's
together.
anything weird with it, I want to purify it.
Sure. You guys know wells like the back of your hands.
No,
We
we
do.
don't, Jason. That's the problem.
We have definitively proved we do not.
Give me a nature check.
I detect poison and disease on the water.
Oh shit.
Okay. There you go.
None detected. This is water free of
Damn.
poison and disease.
Well, then I'm gonna top off all our barrels, assuming that we drank our water for the day. So they're just gonna be topped off till tomorrow night.
Sure.
Okay, what if everybody want for dinner? We've got some meat, some berries, some nutmeg, eggs, milk.
Nutmeg.
Ooh, Tyne would like to take time to make cheese.
As long as it's not Fermunda.
Ugh.
Oh,
Well,
What do we-
Lincoln doesn't need to eat, so he can start investigating with the stink cows.
Yeah.
Um, Opie's gonna make like a steak and eggs.
make one for me and Lincoln as well.
I'll do the cheese after we speak with the cows, though.
Don't be silly, Mr. Professor Bark. Mr. Lincoln doesn't eat.
He's embarrassed because it looks terrifying. I take it to him later.
I'm gonna mark off all the eggs if that's okay with everybody, because we only have 3.
Do it.
Sure.
I'll grab some rations and just start walking with Lincoln.
Yeah, I'm going with Lincoln.
As half of you kind of set up and do a little bit of cooking, the other trio begins to do a little bit of walking around here.
Going to the stink cows, I don't need to cook.
It's lit enough to see the barest makeup of the pins out here. You can see there are lanterns attached to some of the wooden posts, and inside, kind of similar to what you have, Opie, but maybe with a little bit more of them giving off of light, is these metal lanterns that are filled with this glowstone that sort of emits out and gives enough brightness so that you can kind of see the edges of the pins and some of the outlines of the nearby stench cows nearby. You can all eventually count all 10 of what are left of the stench cows as they sort of lazily kind of poke their heads around in the dirt and bite at the grass and stuff, the greens at their feet. They're all like somewhat spaced out, but no more than probably 60 or so feet out altogether from one another. They're all within probably like a 60 feet space, and kind of just poking around in one of the larger pins as they look around. Other than that, stepping outside of the house, you can kind of see like the squares of the lighting coming from the interior of the ranch home, and a little bit of the illuminating ambient glow coming from some of the glowstone inside the small kind of barn that your wagon is a part of. Outside of that, though, everything is pitch black completely. Even with your special senses, you still cannot perceive through the darkness.
Torch. Crack a torch.
Lincoln whips out a torch, lighting it up.
Tyne has his fire that gives us like 20 feet of light.
Torch.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln takes out a weird-looking effigy and puts it on his back, and he spins his head around 180 degrees and whispers to the effigy, "If I am attacked, scream as loud as you can," and then whips his head back around the right way.
It's gonna haunt my nightmares.
TNR, do you want to take the lead here? I have a free speak with animals, so it doesn't cost a spell slot. But if you want to go for it, go for it.
I can help with that for free as well. I speech of the woods.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. We'll do our free speak with animals.
I also have my, if we really need it, I have my mind link response as well. So,
I mean,
How do you go? So how do you use that to go and make contact? That's what we're asking you.
I'm sorry.
So
Are you gonna lead the way?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh, we made it to the cows. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you're
assume
nearby
you
the
walked over.
pins. Yeah.
Actually, I think I'm gonna try to mind link with it.
There's like a small gate that you can open up and slip
Okay.
into the pins just right out in front of the ranch house here, probably like 10 feet or so before the edge of the pin starts. So you kind of mull over 20 or more, 30 more feet where there's a gate that you can step into. Pretty open and expansive, but again, all 10 of the stench cows seem to sort of conglomerate towards the front. You can barely see the edges of them illuminated by the periodically stamped glowstone lanterns at the posts nearby here. They're all within 60 feet of one another, and you begin to step up. The stench is really strong. They smell real bad.
They smell bad enough to be named it.
Well, when I get within 40 feet of one, I will attempt to mind link with it.
Okay, what's that do?
It using mind link to speak telepathically to a creature. You can use action to give that creature the ability to telepathically speak telepathically with you for 1 hour. Or until I end it as an action. To use this ability, the creature must be within 40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Creature at a time, he has to stay in radius.
Yeah. So with one of them, and yeah, I'm gonna try to speak to it.
Okay. You activate this mental bond with one of the nearby stench cows, keeping somewhat of a distance out as the smell only grows worse as you near them. What would you like to try to communicate with them?
Well, first, I would start with trying to be like, make sure it's calm and knows I'm not going to hurt it, and that we're here to try to help it.
You hear back, grass, good.
Okay, good.
Well, good start.
I try to convey, I guess those feelings of calmness, but also now I want to kind of ask if things have kind of like, if anything has been weird lately.
Give me like a animal handling check at advantage.
Sure.
To try and...
I was gonna add advantage if he didn't already get it.
Yeah. I mean, because you have a mind link, but it's kind of like
Yeah.
this is a bovine. It is not smart, so it's a little difficult to convey this to it.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, grass indeed good.
Yeah. Okay, 19. It responds back to you more before. Cows gone. Something took them.
Where? I point or like. Oh, I guess it's kind of that's dumb. It's dark. They can't really.
What is something?
As you say this to one of them, again, you can kind of at least see the bare sort of like edge of it illuminated, so you can see it as you communicate with it. It doesn't respond back to you telepathically. It just simply looks its head up into the dark sky above.
Oh shit! Actual aliens.
Right.
Scary.
I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was
Child of stench and grass. What happened when your friends became less?
Are you trying to communicate this through Tyne's mind link for him to respond?
No, I'm just talking to him. I have speech with animals.
Oh, yeah, you speak with animals? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that works pretty close to like mind link, other than like this constant connection.
Yeah, it's basically his speech of the woods. It's I can talk to it and it can communicate back to me.
It tells you, Lincoln, they screamed and were pulled up, and it looks again up into the sky.
You see claws, something that pulled them up.
Too dark.
Okay. Well, it's not a big bright light like a UFO or something. That's good to know.
Ask if they were in the dark.
Oh,
Well, yeah, the farmer said this only happened during the darkness.
During the darkness, but were they standing in the dark?
was there any light, or was it dark?
It says light like this. is how it responds.
Light. Okay, so dark.
We can assume not in
Yeah.
the darkness then.
Yeah. Like maybe a little light.
Do you guys have any ideas for like something we could do to like, I don't know, string some lights through the air or like something like that?
I mean, we could do the air.
Yeah, it's
Could
tough.
we hang up, like make like long torches maybe, or like hang up torches tied between stakes maybe of some kind? I don't know how much supplies
Yes.
we have.
Jason, what's the role to make tiki torches or Christmas lights?
Because we
I-
can produce flame. That's easy. It's just,
I don't hate that idea of just taking a big stick, lashing it together, and putting like a pyre on top of it.
Yeah,
honestly.
if it's simple stuff and you guys have the stuff in your packs to actually make these things, I don't, unless it's extremely complex, you wouldn't even need to make a check. You just tie some rope together with some lanterns and whatever to light it, or some longer sticks, tiki torch stuff, whatever you think of.
tie up torches. Yeah, anything like that.
This is how
So-
you want to approach it, yeah.
I can like go down 2 more torches. I say like we try to make like 3 of these things, get a good like triangle going, you know?
How much wood do we have on the wagon, Amanda?
How much wood?
Wood?
Oh, we got 75 pounds.
Okay, so we can make a shit ton of torches if we need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bunch of torches too.
Yeah, I have 9
What-
torches.
Okay.
I'm sure
Oh,
we
one, of
have
you,
torches.
one of you guys
So
give
what-
me 2.
You got you. You
Okay,
got 2
cool.
torches. What's the plan? We're just hiking these torches up in the air?
I think Lincoln would explain this in Lincoln language.
Yeah.
That we kind of just take 3 posts and sort of triangulate them around the herd, or if they're well spread out, put it in the middle of the herd, and just
Could we-
basically just make big tiki torches that like go up about like 10 feet or something, so that we can maybe if something is pulling them, the light will reach far enough up that we could see it.
What was that?
I'm good with that. I like it.
Sure.
Very well. Yeah, I have the right tool for this job. It's actually a thing I can do.
Oh, that's like a thing, the right tool for this job?
It's the one to make whatever crafting tool I need.
Oh, cool.
I got tools and a sleight of hand check that I could use. What kind of role are you looking for, Jason?
So you're trying to put together what? Tall torches?
3 tall
Really tall
torches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
very tall.
And what are you trying to what so the torches is fine. What are you trying to make as the tall part of the torch?
So basically like 10-foot poles and
Okay.
like lashed together to be thick enough, and then sharpen the edges so that we can stake them in the ground and
Do you-
have them freestand.
Do you guys have the 10-foot poles on your persons for 3 of these?
Okay. Oh,
Good.
I conveniently have 10 iron spikes. I will use 3 of them for the mooring
Yeah.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will use my rope to, I guess, tie them all together, like so that there's like a line of rope running between each one.
I have rope
That's
as
a good
well.
idea.
Let me
You
just
know what?
use all mine, and we can buy more next time we're in town or something.
We could
Yeah.
also make some smaller torches and tie them to the rope so there's additional instead of just the 3. Maybe
think-
giving us more light.
I think we're overcomplicating it at that point,
Okay.
but it is a good idea. I do like
Yeah.
it.
I think the torch would burn it, but you could cast light on one of them.
Oh, I could just make the ropes illuminate.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. You got 1. I got the other 2 with my skill, artificer skill.
Sick.
So everything
Oh.
sounds good. The only thing left is what are you going to use for the sort of like long extension of the like torch themselves to kind of have it high up out of the ground?
all the wood from the.
Pimpa pole things.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're just gonna take some wood that you guys have like cut or grabbed and kind of like just nail it together and set that up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's all pretty simple stuff. No checks needed. You were able to do all that smart thinking with the iron spikes. You're easily able to drive them into the ground as you kind of head out here. The stench is unbearable to some of you. It's really nasty. Lincoln doesn't care. Lincoln just like steps up to one of the stench cows and moles away from him, begins setting these up. Again, all of the horses, not horses, all of the stench cows here are kind of like closer towards the front of the pens. The pens are pretty large, but all the horses are all the stench cows are closer towards the front because of the sort of like the glowstone lanterns here that kind of gives them some illumination. And again, they're somewhat spread out, but they're all within 60 feet of each other. So think of like a 60 feet circle. So each of you collectively use, how long does your rope stretch out? 30 feet for every rope?
I'm using all 50 feet just to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I 50 as well. Yeah.
Okay, so if it's 50 feet, you're able to pretty much do a pretty solid, almost full coverage of the stench cow area to triangulate these three as you put them together. Torches in the three tall tiki torch style things that you drive into the ground, Lincoln, and then setting up each of the 3 50-feet ropes to attach to each of them, and using a light spell, you illuminate all of it. So you have this cool sort of like triangulated trap or device that's going to either showcase what these things are if they rear their heads, or at least maybe it will set off in some way if something gets nabbed or something like that.
In the mood for some tiki drinks now.
How much wood is that used?
We'll say that it is
30 feet of lumber.
we'll say that it is 10 pounds worth.
Worth.
Is there any other setup now that you have this device set up here to catch these things?
Not for me.
So is the plan here to just kind of like do the stakeout thing now and wait to see what happens?
Yes, we should hide in a bush.
Like
Like the
I would summon a wild companion, but with this darkness, I really don't know if it would help.
Here's my other question. Do you all still have torches on your person to keep light around you?
We'd ditch mine if we're gonna stake out.
Okay, so you're just gonna ditch yours and stand in the darkness.
I mean, not in the darkness, but like in the pen, I guess. I don't know. That felt like a loaded question. Do I want to stand in the darkness? No,
Well,
I don't want to stand in the
like,
darkness.
are you trying to like hide in the kind of like darkness of the blight to just be stealthy and stay away from any light
Yeah.
source, so you're hidden?
Be like in a hunting blind, yeah.
Okay. Is it like a bush or something they're trying to hide in?
Yeah, like a bush.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if table talk terms, at least 5-10 feet away from him, stealthing as well, just so we could be close enough. I mean, I know we want a little bit of a perimeter, but I don't want something snatching him and no one knowing, or vice versa.
Okay, so you two hiding in the darkness, the makeup of the night.
Sure.
If that's cool with you, Bark.
Yeah, let's just pair off then. Everybody pair off.
Yeah.
The two of
What is
you get rid of your torches and light and take cover in the brush. As you do, Uncle Jimmy, and you do, Professor Bark, there is a coldness of the night that begins to wrap itself around you. It's cold when the blight comes around, but now it becomes icier. There is this strange sensation over your bodies, as if there is a sapping sensation of your strength that begins to happen. Uncle Jimmy, you take 6 points of necrotic damage, and Bark, you take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Oh.
Goodbye, temp HP.
You guys do anything as you take this damage? As the
It's too spooky to stay dark. Let's light a torch.
okay, you pull torches out, flicking them on with your tinder boxes, and wait a second to see what happens. that cold, icy numbing that almost digs into your skin and pulls your strength away from it now recedes as the light is back out.
Gonna light a
Sweet.
cigar and pass one over to him.
I suppose we're not being hiding anymore. Might as well enjoy the sit.
Yeah.
As you all begin to take your places, this is where we'll wrap things up or over time. You all begin your stakeout, wondering exactly what is happening to Farmer Rancher Randall's stench cows, and wondering if it truly might be aliens after all. And now you finally understand what happens and why you are warned to stay in the light during blight time. With that, that is where we'll wrap up for the evening. I had a lot of fun. We'll have to see if Luke is ever able at a point where we can kick things off an hour earlier. Again, I'll make sure and check with everyone, because I'm okay with doing a slightly longer session, just because these open-ended things, it feels like we'd get more out of it. So, but we'll see.
Aliens.
We'll see. Yeah.
Now, round about September.
Okay. We'll see. We'll check back in then.
I will definitely not be here the 19th.
Okay, what is that? 2 weeks from now?
Yeah. If I am here, it'll be like on my phone until it runs out of batteries. Oh, and maybe even not, because I won't have internet at that point.
Okay.
Jeez.
Well, remind me next week, just because I have terrible memory. But yeah, that's a good place to wrap up as you all kind of prepare for whatever may happen here as we enter into the Nope movie next week. Thank you everyone for joining us. I really appreciated it. A huge thank you to Discordian and Pure Lunar, and to everybody else. Bandit Jack for hanging out with us. I really do appreciate it. A huge thank you to Prince for being so kind and donating those bits to help out the channel and what I do here. It really means a lot, so thank you so much. If there are people out there who are still looking forward to more D&D content, I'm going to end out our stream by sending you over to some others who are doing some D&D stuff, just to spread the love out. So stick around for some more D&D stuff. Adventurers Pack. Let me see if there's anybody else who's rated me recently really quickly. It doesn't look like there is. Let me see. Also, stay tuned next week. I still have that giveaway code for the Roll20 content, so make sure and check that out there. And yeah, I will hydrate as soon as we're done with here. Yeah, let's go Adventurers Pack here. I'm gonna go raid them. Make sure everyone drink plenty of water, stay safe out there, stretch your legs occasionally. We're gonna go raid Adventurers Pack.